still the 15th. Now, I got to get blood tomorrow morning, so if I don't get my training in, I can't train tomorrow. So I have to do it now. Unfortunately, even though it's very late. As you guys know, I've been out of work for a couple months, and today I accepted a position, and it hasn't been finalized, but it is the most money I've ever made in my entire life. It almost doubles the amount of money I was making in my previous job, so I'm very much looking forward to it. But I'm also scared shitless because it is a fudge ton of responsibility. Uh, Smart Gamer, what's up, my man? I had to train. I was thinking about it. It was late. I didn't want to get online, but uh, I'm like, man, if I don't do it tonight, if I'm going to do this competition, I can't miss training. Details. So it's a contract to hire job. The initial contract was for 1 to 3 months. It's a company that manufactures the brains behind solar panels. The solar panels turn to face the sun, and this facility that this big company just purchased manufactures all that stuff. Well, kind of like SME Industries, who I worked for previously, acquired Southwest Steel. They hired me to be the safety for Southwest Steel. And often when you purchase smaller companies and absorb them into your larger company, they don't have the safety culture. They don't have the system set up. They're not, they're just not the same as the larger company. So what they were looking for is a guy that was in Vegas, ready to go, and has the experience to go in there and just fuck shit up. I'm basically going to initially inspect the facility and write a detailed report. I'm gonna use Chat GPT to do it to help me out. I've been experimenting with it. It's something I could dictate to, and it'll log all the issues and help me cross-reference standards and that kind of thing. And then from there, they want me to implement a safety program and then, help manage the facility. So if they like the work I do, I'll hire on with them full. But it's kind of built in. For the amount of money they're paying me, which is significant, it gives them an out if for some reason I'm not a fit. So at a very least, I'll make $20,000-$30,000, and at most, hopefully, I'll have a full-time gig there. I'm going to be pulling in about $3,600 a week, and they want me to start now. So I got the call today. I didn't think they were going to hire me, man. I had an interview, and it was 2 hours long, and they railed the shit out of me. I had to dig deep to find the answers. I'm zesty. Fuck yeah, I am, Marquis. So it's fun. Like, I don't know about the politics behind solar panels. I just know, this company, I think, they focus more on like the big solar fields, that kind of thing. Because these are fully automated, like DCS tracking systems that align dishes and that kind of thing. But all that aside, it really doesn't matter what they're manufacturing. It's just a facility. It's a production facility, and they need somebody to go in there, and that's me. So I start this week. So that's why I got to train this late, because I've been busy all day. Much love from San Diego. Like and subscribe. Hell yeah, Coy. So what are we doing tonight? I'm going to do some deadlifts. So I had bicep surgery, and I'm going to compete on February 28th. And I haven't done a real deadlift since surgery. I'm going to start out with squats, and I'm going to use those to warm up and then get right into it. Now, I'm not even going to change out of my clothes. I got these are my Marine Corps rat boots. And I had the thought, I wonder how good these would be for squat shoes. They're pretty solid. They got a nice flat. So we're going to find out. Squat shoes, I like, for the money, I like the Adi Pros. These are about half the price of the Nikes. And this is I've had this shoe for a long time. I only wear it for competition and training. So they're pretty good condition. But I was comparing them to the boots, and the heel's about the same size. So I just got to thinking, if you were a lifter on the cheap and you didn't have a lot of money, what would be a good alternative to spending $120 on shoes that you can only wear for one thing? I mean, I guess you could wear these out, but it'd be kind of weird. It'd be like wearing tap shoes. So we're gonna try my work boots out. My jacket seems ripped. Fuck yeah, it does. Wow, that's an amazing observation. You look like a cowboy who went to the city. I'm a city boy for sure. Air Force Ones. So if you're a wide stance squatter, you can get away with flats. Like for the longest time, if you go back to my older videos, I was wearing Vans or Chuck Taylors. But as you bring your stance in, there's a tendency to have your knees farther over your toes as you squat. So a lot of people don't have the ankle mobility, which is why you see Olympic lifters wear these. And for narrow stance, you don't really get, I would say, flat. Well, yeah. So if you think about it, so the farther you track out, a lot of people have a natural impingement in their hips, and to clear that, you would bring your foot. You want to think of it like drawing a circle. So as your legs go out, your feet point with it. And you're coming out here, and the heels actually become a little bit of a liability because when you're snapped up, you're pushed up on your calves. But as you come in, now you're stacking your knees over your toes more, and you're sinking straight down into it. And this is where your ankle mobility, you'll see a lot of Olympic lifters, their heels come up off the ground. And now, you guys see me do a lot of ankle mobility drills where I put all my weight over my foot, and I'm purposely trying to touch my heel to my butt, and I'm putting all my weight on my foot, trying to force that heel into the ground. That's specifically, so when I'm doing high bar movements, I have the ankle mobility. So if you look at the anatomy of a squat, get my little 20-pound bar here. So a low bar squat, you're right over your delts. And you're going to break with your hips first. Break with the hips. And you're going to keep your back straight, your neck aligned with your spine. So you're almost looking down. But when you're doing high bar, you're at the top of your delts. And you're going to break with your knees first. So you're stacking over, straight up and down, as opposed to back this way. So when you're doing a low bar squat, the heels are not as important, but a lot of bigger guys will have a problem getting to depth and bringing those heels up and moving the weight just a little bit up on the shoulders changes the center of gravity a little and helps you sit into it more. So it's basically just to correct issues with knee and ankle mobility. And that's what these are for. That's why high heels are awesome for that. You know what? I gotta do something real quick here. I'm gonna go in and change a setting in my community moderation. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Oh, this laptop is so slow. I'm going to, Smart Gamer, I'm going to promote you to I'm going to give you my channel rights. Go away. Escape. This is bullshit. Why wouldn't it let me close this? Son of a bitch. this again? Leave. Community moderation. I'm promoting you, Smart Gamer. But my laptop's slow. Maybe I should do this later. Smart Gamer's been with me since I started streaming, and I got a handful of mods. Here we go. All right. So now you should have. We'll talk about it later. But you have the same moderation rights as my wife now. All right. You ride a Harley? No, I had a Ducati. Ducati. Pfft. Yeah, right. Where'd that come from? I had a Honda CBR 900. All right. I can see, like, this late at night, the chat is going to be retarded. And I don't have any mods on, so I'm just going to have to put up with it, I guess. Italian? Fuck no, I'm Irish and German. I'm hungry and I'm angry about it. What's up, Tiger? You're trolling for dick on YouTube? You must be very lonely. Oh, Lord of mercy. How's that working out for you? That's some fucking creeper level of thirst right there. Oh, Lord of mercy. Ford or Chevy? I got both. I have a Tahoe. I got a Sonic RS Turbo, the shitbox, and I got a Ford Mustang GT. If I'm going to buy a truck, I'm going to get a Ford. If I want a grocery getter, I'm getting a Chevy. Brandon from Vegas. What's up from Vegas? Do you run? Now, if you see me running, I'll tell you right now, the day I got out of the Marine Corps. So I'm never fucking running again. So if you see me running, you better fucking follow me and don't ask questions because some shit's happening behind us. I do sprinting though. Alright, we'll do a quick warm-up set here. So I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna use squats to warm up for deadlifts. And we're gonna try Marine Corps rat boots, see how good they are. Yeah, so far not too bad. I don't even have to tighten them. Man, it's getting cold. Give that a minute and then we'll do a second set here. Do a power clean. I just did. How do you think I got it in the rack? Been saying. Good evening. Seems about right for about how tight your jeans are. Yeah, man, they almost act like a compression pants. Thanks, Brandon. I appreciate it. Brandon, do I know you? I know a couple Brandons, so I don't know if you're one of the ones I know. I'm a good buddy that I went to solutions with, and then there's the one I work with. Permanent ban will ensure if live video does not end in the next 5 minutes. Does anybody fall for that shit? Like they're gonna warn you. YouTube doesn't fucking warn you. They just yank your shit, and then you gotta beg them for a reason for about a month. Is Maine nice? Who's from Maine? From New Orleans. Hell yeah. Man, it's been a while since I've been out there. I went out there for Mardi Gras a couple times, but that's last time I was in New Orleans. That was fuck. Drew Brees was quarterbacking for the Saints. Let's see. GLE sent me some jewels and shit. I don't know what the fuck that does, but I really appreciate it. Normally, I read the deleted comments to see if they're funny or not. Is this garage a hangout? Yes, that's Kim Fredericks. Yeah, I have friends that come over and train here. You can exchange it for money. Added steps. So I probably have I've been collecting these things for how long now? I've never exchanged anything for America. Fuck yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Here's the thing, though, boys. I was telling Smart Gamer I just got a new position, and not sexual. I'll be basically the head safety manager for a manufacturing facility, and I'm now, as of today, I can officially say I'm upper middle class. I've graduated from white trash. I'm making mid six figure. I've been making more money than I've ever made in my entire life. And I was going to quit construction and general industry, and I didn't want to do it anymore. I was going to do YouTube full time. Can you imagine? But it was too much to pass up. Now I don't know how long I'm going to be doing it for. It's a contract to hire, so we'll see how it works out. Dude, I'm telling you, man, after all the hard times I went through with this last company and the lawsuit I got pending, I had really low expectations. I've already passed up a couple of job offers that pay pretty well, like 120 to 140,000 a year, and it sounds like a lot, but in this economy, with a single income, you got a stay-at-home wife with kids, it's really not that much money. It doesn't go very far, but I got this offer, and it's life-changing. I was telling my wife and my kids, I said, the big thing is if we can not go crazy with the paychecks and just sort of live how we've been living, and we can start putting some money away, that would be, be nice. Maybe I could take the wife and actually travel the world a little bit. Like before I took this time off, this last 3 months, I had not taken any time off since 2012 when my daughter was born. So this has been and it's kind of sucked because I wasn't really prepared to take the time off, and I didn't have a lot of money saved up, so I've been kind of living off of my retirement account, and we've been doing okay. I mean, it's like I told the family, like, this whole house is full of money. Like, we own our cars, so I could just go to fucking CarMax and sell the Chevy if I really needed to. But it's not. You don't want to live like that. You don't want to sell all your shit. But the flip side to that argument, it's been really nice. It's been nice not having to wake up and go to work every day. Although I'm driving my wife nuts. She's like, you need to get a fucking job and get out of this house before I kill you in your sleep. So, why are my lips black? Are they? I don't know what you're looking at. He sent he sent a bunch of stuff. I don't know what the fuck they are, but I really appreciate it. Was there anything you wanted to talk about, GLE? I mean, my channel's not big enough where I can't read the comments, so people don't need to pay to get my attention. I try to read them all, unless they're stupid. Why are they worried about my lips, right? Looking's free, but touching will cost you. I seem like a stand-up dude. I try to be. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a fucking retard and I do a bunch of dumb shit, but I'm never intentionally malicious. If that makes sense. I would never ever do anything to intentionally harm somebody. Accidentally, that's a different story. Ugh. Man, I had some street tacos. I'm feeling a little bloated, boys. That's those marinated chicken with a little bit of cilantro and onion, some lime, salsa verde. Delicious. Belt's feeling a little snug. Oh. Yeah, well, that's the thing, Jason. Everyone should know what it's like to not have to work and enjoy life. Well, I did. So when I was working up at Molycorp, which is a rare earth mine, they went bankrupt, and they gave me 6 months severance, and that was right when my daughter was born. So I was like living, man. That was fucking awesome. Those were the best, I would say, 3 months of my life. Didn't have to worry about money. It was just great. Got to stay at home. My wife was going through a little postpartum depression, and she had being older for having a kid. Um, she's in her mid 30s, late 30s, and they had to. She had to be sewn up. She was hurt pretty bad by the childbirth, so she was holed up in bed, and I would take baby Della and I'd wrap her up like a football, real tight, and swaddle her. And I had the bassinet sitting right next to me, and I would roll up a towel and make it like a U, and went around her head, and I was able to put the bottle and set it there while I played video games. And the whole time my wife's like, "Man, you're so awesome. You spend all this time with your daughter." I'm like, "Yep, Father of the Year." So smart gamer, I got denied unemployment insurance, and that's fucked up, to be honest with you. The "Don't Tread on Me" flag is now used by white supremacists, Christian nationalists, and neo-Nazis, and me. I don't give a fuck. You don't get to just take the meaning of something, and you don't get to assign a meaning to it. It is what it is. If you don't love America, and you don't love the cherished documents that our country was founded on, and the beliefs that are enshrined in the Constitution of the United States, our rights that are granted by God, and they're not given to us by permission by our government, but protected from it by the documents that were signed by our founding fathers, then you can fucking sail through twice. Bam! If you can't even tell me what the history of that flag is, I don't really want to hear your opinion on it. The government is gayer than ISIS. Agreed. No, so why would any of what I said, trans unicorn, mean I support them? That's fucking retarded. You dumb motherfuckers took the rainbow. Well, actually, you didn't, because they intentionally left one color out of it, so it's actually a perversion of what God created. But anyway, I digress. Because somebody else uses a symbol, it now means I support that? Explain to me how that works. Trans unicorn's a moron. If you can't answer my question, we're not going to have a discussion. I asked you a very specific question, and you need to give me an answer to it. And you don't answer with a question. You answer with what I asked you. What do I look for in a man, says Funk Cigar? As little penis as possible. Is this the political live you said you're going to do? No, but I am going to mic drop morons. Don't know you. I'm just asking. No, answer the question. What is the history? What's the history of that symbol? Where did it come from? Where was it first used? And what is the meaning that it, like how has it been adopted throughout the years before whatever you described has supposedly hijacked it? And, especially considering that's a Nevada flag, which is the state I live in, by the way, dumbass. Answer those questions and then we can continue this conversation. Hitler drove a car, so I'm a Nazi. I love it. Yeah, I had a Volkswagen Beetle, so that makes me a. But there you go, bam! I love it. NB Dog 2004. It's from the American Revolution. Okay, good. Okay, what was it called, and who created it? Now I know you have a phone, so you can just Google this shit. Who's they? So does that mean Nevada should take it off its flag? Check it out, they're flying it proudly. Yes, so's the state of Nevada, dipshit. So you should be more concerned about that one in the middle, which also has lost its meaning to most people. Honestly, in this day and age, just flying an American flag is problematic, which is the main reason I have them hanging up there. I think the Nevada state flag is Battleborn, if I'm not mistaken. But so, no, I mean, all kidding aside, so, we are joking with each other. The problem is, when a symbol that has a history like that is hijacked, it's kind of our responsibility to speak out about it and make sure they don't get to claim it. You know what I mean? They don't get to keep that. It's not theirs. I don't know who any of those people are. I've never met one in my life. And if I did, I'd probably slap the teeth out of his mouth. Are you ex-military? What's the name of my channel? Yes, yeah. Well, anybody chicken strangler. I love that name. I mean, you can go out and buy military boots anyway, but these are actually Marine Corps wrap boots. They got the EGA in them. Gen X Power. I just pulled my page up and it literally says Gen X Power, World's Strongest Marine. Do you play Roblox? No, my daughter does though. But she does it with my Xbox handle, so I guess I do. Rosa Parks didn't die for anything. She did get out. Do you know Rosa Parks' history and what she's noted for? Dissonance 92. They didn't kill her when she got to the front of the bus. Tighten up the bolts on your rack. No. Hot as hell here. I ain't doing shit to my rack. I'll thank you kindly to stay out of my personal affairs, motherfucker. Hot as hell here. She died for our sins. Jesse Lee King. Uh, what do you think about Donald Trump? I think he's funny. I love listening to him fucking just talk shit and meme the fucking hell out of Democrats. That just will never get old, but he's a politician just like anyone else. I mean, the one thing I like about Trump is he's definitely not an insider, but he's got, you almost could say that's worse because he's tied to um, modern day oligarchs, if you think about it, the tech bros and all that. So he's in deep with them motherfuckers. And you could almost say that we're aligned to kick out the collectivists and bring in oligarchs to take their place. It's almost like a modern day feudalism is what we're kind of turning into. And I don't. Is Trump malicious or does he really think he's doing the right thing? Um, I don't know. So, but if you guys knew anything about me, you'd know that as a libertarian, small government anarchist aligned individual, I don't I don't think any person in power is worth putting on a pedestal. I can say I voted for the man, but like a president's just that. He's just the president. He's in charge of the executive branch, which is 1/3 of the government. People also forget that too. I mean, it's largely because they've been indoctrinated by a shitty media that's been lying to us for generations. But uh, there's there's two other branches of government that fuck shit up just as much as the executive branch does, but they don't get any of the heat. I don't know. I think that the government's overblown and it's never going to serve the people, and we're just gonna see it through to its end. And honestly, the best you could do is take personal responsibility and look after your own. Try to get involved at your local level, which is where the laws that you live under are enforced. I mean, you don't have to. Do you have to worry more about Donald Trump or your local county commissioner who's gonna fucking have your vehicle towed because your registration's expired for a week? You just haven't gotten to the DMV yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's shit like that. Uh, I don't know. It's people think that they're gonna vote for a savior, and it's just not gonna happen. Now, the one thing that's nice about him being in office is we don't have to worry about uh, essentially communists, but that can put that shit on pause for 4 years. Um, I don't know. The pendulum swings both ways. It goes left, it goes right. It goes left, it goes right. And most people, by design, they have us against each other, and it's a distraction. Um, most of the time when you're talking politics, you're talking to people that watch legacy media, and they don't even understand what they believe in. So it's like I might as well argue with my chickens in the backyard. They don't understand they don't understand like the world currency or how the globalist markets work, or what is the reason why we're funding gender studies in Pakistan for $300 million, but we can't cut everybody in America a check for $1,000, because that doesn't do anything to help strengthen the dollar. It's money laundering. You gotta get that cash out there. Anarchism just goes a bit lower on the compass than libertarians. So when I say I'm aligned, anarchy aligned, like, anarchists are fucking retards because they honestly think that in absence of a government, we're all just going to magically get along and the market will correct itself. We don't need police. We could just have private security. Dude, it would be like fucking Africa with warlords taking over. The people with the most money would basically, would turn into feudalism, where the fucking large corporations would take over. Um, it's the same way that communists believe in the utopia, like man can be overrode and we're all just going to magically wake up and just want to share everything with each other like some big fucking kumbaya circle. Like, no, people are selfish and they're going to serve themselves, and that's just the way we are. You can't change genetics. But when I say that I'm aligned anarchy, I am not against a large government. I think that we're supposed to have a representative government, which is where we vote for people to represent us, and they go make the laws on our behalf. That's not happening. It hasn't happened for a long time. The government doesn't represent the will of the people. And it's become so bloated that the government serves itself. I mean, look at, how is it that, you know, a senator or a congressman who's making $175,000 a year is worth $24 million after being in office for 4 years? Tell me how that's fucking possible. You know, it's just, it's, it, it's its own entity. And what we are, our role in it all is to be tax cattle. Your job is to go make money and pay taxes so that the government can fucking do whatever the fuck it wants to do. And the Democrats like to buy votes by giving away the money that people work for to the people who don't. Think about this. You know, as an illegal alien, before, you know, Trump, I could get the maximum benefits for Social Security and all of that shit, you know, free education, the whole 9 yards, healthcare. But me, as a citizen who, you know, makes money and pays taxes, I don't qualify for fucking anything, and I couldn't even get unemployment. How's that? That's a nice middle finger up your ass. Are you a vet? Yes. CCC doll. Chicken stew. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, you're saying missed off. Thank you for your service. Large core have taken over. Oh, the comments are going too fast. Oh. Sorry about the all caps. I'm a disabled veteran and typing in all caps helps. Hey, man, it's all good. He's telling me to fucking lift and shut up. I like it. Republican states are heavily subsidized by blue states. Pay higher taxes if they still vote red. I don't know. I don't understand anybody who fucking votes blue, to be honest with you. I mean, you're either malicious or retarded. There's no other option. And if you think about it, like, you're champagne socialists, like these people that think that they speak for the dispossessed and they've never suffered a day in their lives, but somehow they know how to take care of all the poors. And then you got the actual people that don't have a job, don't want a job, have never fucking, you know, contributed to society and don't give a flying fuck. They just want their stamps and they want their cookies. And those are the people that vote blue. And then you got your, you know, I'm not saying, like, I'm not a Republican either. I think some of those motherfuckers are just as insane. You know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. They don't understand either what it's like to go through problems and to actually need fucking help. I mean, I am not against the government helping people out who need it. As a matter of fact, when I was out of a job for a while, I went and fucking got food stamps. God damn it, I got a family to feed. But there's a difference between taking care of people who are down on their luck and fucking letting people exist just for, you know, taking care of them just because they exist and they believe that they're entitled to that. It's like, no, fuck you. The rest of us, we had to get up and go to work for what we have. And don't you want more? Like, you've really set your ceiling really goddamn low. And for, yes, I don't know. I don't get it. I'm somewhere in the middle. It's like, I believe that if we're the most free and prosperous society that's ever existed, we have a duty to take care of those that can't take care of themselves, and we should be helping people out. And, you know, the anarchist, the libertarian would say, well, the government, charities will take, you know, the people would just give. Fuck, no, they won't. If you tell me right now, you don't have to pay your taxes, I promise you're not gonna, and I wouldn't either. So, like, you know, Anne Rand had it right, man. There's no such thing as altruism. I mean, people, sure, I think most people, when's the last time you actually gave to a charity and didn't ask for a tax write-off receipt? I'm just saying. Are you disabled veteran? Yeah, I'm rated at 60%. No, it is not okay that vets need food stamps. And most of the guys I know that are in the service, and we're talking about rank of staff sergeant, E6, qualify for state assistance. That's how little money they make. And you're 100% right there, CC, Triple C. I'm going to call you Triple C. 25 years of military government service. I wouldn't have done it any other way. Oh, I love my time in the Corps. Um, you could talk about, well, smart gamer. Let's see, where's your comments? The comments are moving so fast. I love asshole Brian. Ugh. Plato wrote that any democracy that lets outsiders and their children come in and start voting would fail. I, well, we're not a democracy. We're a constitutional republic under the rule of law. I don't, uh, I don't believe there's anything like democracies. If you look at historically, democracy's mob rule, the tyranny of the majority. So 51% can vote for 49%. And every democracy is a transitional form of government, and it usually ends with populists taking over. If you look at like the Bolshevik Revolution, the October Revolution, where got overthrown, they had an interim democracy when they took the palace over, but all it took was a populist, Lenin, to come in, and he taught all kinds of good stuff. And next thing you know, they're murdering 41 million people. You're like, oops. um, to the gulag with you. I guarantee you that when they put the Bolsheviks in power, most of the people that were on the front lines fighting the Germans were communist supporters. If you look at like one out of, dude, I think it was something like 6 out of 10 motherfuckers that were in the gulags were genuine supporters of the party, but they didn't align, or somehow they stepped out, or they spoke up, or they did something, and they got sent to the gulag. And when the point is when they put Lenin in power, nobody knew what the fuck he was espousing. This ideology that they were talking about, they did that to themselves, and they gave up their democracy because they needed direction, and a populace that talked well gave them the direction they were looking for. And that's usually how democracies fail. I mean, even if you might get a benevolent dictator, or you might get Stalin. That's why I love this country, because if you think about it, we are the most free and prosperous society that's ever existed. Not to say we don't have our problems, not to say there's not room for improvement, but this little experiment, it's produced a miracle, and people want to give it away so freely. They've been sold on this idea that we're inherently evil and racist. We're the least racist country on the fucking planet. Go visit a few places, and then get back to me on that one. They try to hold us accountable by our immutable attributes. Like, if you're not Charles the Marine, you're Chuck the white guy, and all the white people go in this box, and they're responsible for everything that happened to this box. And there's no individual, like the fact that my family didn't come over until after World War II. They immigrated from fucking Ireland. What the fuck do I have to do with slavery? I've never owned slaves, and you were never a slave, so what the fuck are we talking about? But they have us against each other, and it's by design. If you think about it, if I wish Marx Das Kapital was required reading in schools, because you would then be exposed to, one, how much of a fucking moron he is, and two, the communist playbook on how to propagate the never-ending revolution. Well, class warfare didn't work, because after World War II, we were so prosperous that a guy could work in a factory fucking installing widgets and support his family, buy a house, and retire with a good pension. So that didn't work. You weren't going to get the proletariat to rise up, because the proletariat was the middle class. So they had to go another direction, and they went with race. They went with gender, all that bullshit. And they were working. I mean, all this shit about the trans movement and all of the LGBT flag, if you think about it, every time they add a letter to that, it's another group that's trying to gain acceptance. I mean, they have a fucking gender for straight people. This guy had a coming out party, and it was literally his sexuality was liking the opposite sex. Yeah, that's called fucking normal, dumbass. But by you accepting that letter and coming out, you're prostrating yourself to that ideology. It's a religion. It meets all the requirements of a religion, and it's worshiped like a religion. And that's really what it is. They don't give a fuck about trans people. They don't care about gay people. They don't give a fuck about race. They care about division by ideology. And like, for example, it's like you could say white and black. I probably have way more in common with my black neighbors than I do some rich white asshole that's up in Washington. So it's like, how are we not aligned? You know what I mean? But people don't really think about that. They don't really try to understand what it is they're told to be mad about. They just come up with, they know what they don't like, and then they decide. It's called contempt prior to investigation. When I was in debate back in high school, what did we do? They gave you a topic. They assigned you a topic, and you did not know if you were going to argue for it or against it until the day of the debate. And you flipped a coin. Heads, you're arguing against. Oh, shit. Am I actually against this? Well, I know, but I'm arguing for it. So what does that mean? I need to know. I better know both sides of this argument. People don't do that anymore. They don't. If you talk to a liberal and you ask them why they believe what they do, they see that as you being aggressive and assaulting them verbally, like you're trying to start an argument with them. Like, no, I'm trying to understand you, motherfucker, because you're stupid, and I want to know why you believe this dumb shit. They don't know. They don't. Then that's usually why they go to verbal assaults. They just start attacking you and they start making fun of the way you look and all this other shit. That's not the fucking argument, though. Like, try it out sometime. You know, like, I've genuinely tried to like explore. And so me being in the middle, smack dab, where I could say I'm not aligned with either side, I can kind of just sit back and watch and be like, wow, look at them go. But generally speaking, when I ask conservatives where their viewpoints came from, whether I agree with them or not, they at least have some kind of reasoning behind their beliefs, and they will entertain discourse with you. And if you disagree with them, they won't try to ostracize you from society. Not the left. Fuck no. And so chicken strangler, I should probably state I'm generalizing. Like, I have lots of friends that are leftists, and that's social media kind of makes us see the worst of everything. You see the worst of the right, you see the worst of the left, and it's really easy to think that everybody's like that. But when in fact they go ahead and highlight the absolute Karens and like, oh my God, look at these fucking Republicans. That's why my sister, who's like extremely liberal, she thinks that Republicans are like roving redneck death patrols with fucking, pickup trucks filled with hillbillies and rifles, and we're all just driving around trying to shoot colored folks. Like, that's what she thinks a Republican is like they think we're not educated. And I told my sister, I was like, well, first of all, I've got way more schooling than you, and I could get your degree probably better at a fucking public library for free. So I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. And there's this arrogance to them. But for the most part, I would say that the majority of people on the left and the right, most of us are in the center. And if you take the time to talk to everybody, we're all pretty much just trying to get by and have a nice, quiet life. Most of us really aren't that ideologically possessed by anything. We're just kind of along for the ride. You might have your beliefs, and you might be one of those very compassionate, empathetic people who wants to care for people that are genuinely hurting and dispossessed and fucked over by the government, and that's awesome. I might be like, old school, and I'm like, whatever. I think that it's important for the traditional family, and maybe I'm a little bit religious, and I like to conserve the old ways because I'm afraid of technology or whatever. but for the most part, we both watch football on Sundays, and whoever likes to barbecue, and we get together and break bread, and usually have a laugh about all the stuff that's going on in the world, and you find out that we're really not that different, most of us. But what do you see on social media? You see the fucking worst of the worst, and it makes you think that everybody thinks that way. What about immigration? I'm from the UK. It's too. Oh, dude, UK's fucked. Fucked. I don't want to get. I have some pretty severe viewpoints on the Nation of Islam. I'm going to just put it like this. We'll keep it simple. They encourage marriage to first cousins. You know, like where Christianity does not. So if you break down IQ by region, the Middle East is producing some of the dumbest motherfuckers that have ever existed on this planet. They're literally inbreeding. And that's right there. No. No go. and anyone that's like, if you could find one that's honest with you, their mission is to, they call us colonizers. I've never colonized shit. I was born here. They're the biggest colonizers that have ever existed. They talk about, who the guy from New York was talking about how Muslim slaves built America? What the fuck are you talking about? First of all, they still have slavery. They're the biggest slavers that have ever existed. It's just like it's all their arguments. They have a veneer of benevolence that's bullshit. I have a copy of the Quran. You don't think a fucking Marine that went over to the Middle East isn't going to study the religion? I studied theology when I went to college, and I've got the Book of Mormon. That's hard to get a hold of. That's like a collector's item. I've got a couple copies of the Bible. I got the Quran. I got some really awesome books on Shintoism. I got some. I got the Journey to the West, wonderful Chinese Odyssey. I got books on Greek religion and Norse mythology. I love it. I love it all. And when I read the Quran, here's what I can tell you: it was not inspired by the fucking Word of God. It was written by a goddamn pedophile. And I'll leave it at that. Cousin fucking retards. Prove me wrong. Israel, I don't know. I got same thing with. I'll say this about the religions, Islam, Judaism. People often forget that a religion's not a race. So when they're talking about like Jewish people, we have dumb motherfuckers in this country, and they can't discern the difference between being a Jew and being from a descendant of the Semitic lineage. And I think that's and that's the same thing with the nation or Islamic religion too. I mean, I could become a Muslim, but I'm from the honky motherland. You know what I mean? So you kind of like, and because people often say what I said was racist, but it's not. Religion's not a race. Nothing to do with race. It just so happens to affect a specific group of people more than others, but I kind of wonder if they would really live that way if they were. Oh man, I don't know. It's interesting, but you were talking about, how did we even get on this subject? You were talking about the demographics of the UK, and all I can tell you is that you have my sympathy, and I wish that you all would rise up and fucking do something about it, because the simple fact is they won't arrest people that are raping women and children, but they will arrest people that talk about it on Facebook. There's something very wrong with the government, and then that's happening. Most offensive supply company, Gen X, where were you? And I went in 1994, and I got out in 2003. I was stationed. I went to boot camp at Parris Island. I went to school at Fort Sill. I was stationed in 43 area, Flores, just south of Las Pulgas at Camp Pendleton. I've been around the world. I've been to about 18 countries. Iraq, Dubai, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Israel, Egypt, Africa, Somalia. I didn't set boots in Somalia, but we were cutting holes in the ocean right off the coast. Australia, Thailand, Singapore, Hong Kong. Did I say Australia? What am I missing? I'm missing something. India. We didn't actually stop in India. Is that everywhere? Real nice places. Old heads ain't ready for Generation Zyklon. Watch Smart Gamers about to ban me. Why? Let me look back at the comments here. The comments are moving really fast, so if I'm missing anybody, I really do apologize. I'm actually surprised I'm getting this many this late at night. Egypt is Africa, dipshit. Yeah, yeah. That's actually you are correct. But I said Somalia. I'm not the Middle East beast, Happy Eagle. Which country you visited you enjoyed the most? Oh, Hong Kong was fucking awesome. Australia was awesome. Thailand's awesome. Uh, I didn't like Dubai. I just thought it was pretentious. That was before it even worse now, but it just seemed like it was like the world's largest fucking strip mall. Um, Kuwait, actually, I had a lot of fun in Kuwait. That was Camp Doha. They renamed it. I forgot what it's called now. A big Air Force base there. I had a good time there. But the most fun, like Liberty ports, Hong Kong and Australia, hands down. They said you ban kick people because they have opinions. I don't think I have. I ban morons. I don't think how many people have I banned there, Smart Gamer? Maybe. I don't think I've banned anybody. Let's take a look. There was so people that are racist. If you start saying like racial slurs or anything against children, then I will ban you. For that, I will. But like, if you're gonna like try to be offensive to me or anything, like I don't give a shit. Like, I can't be offended by like a circle with a letter on it. Like I don't know who the fuck are. Like, you say whatever you want. It's all good. I just try to be funny though. Like I try to encourage my trolls to be humorous. Like, we all want a good laugh, even if it's at my expense. Now, if you're sub 80 IQ and you're just like, you're gay. You're like, good job. You're sitting on the toilet. Did you think about that one really hard? Come on, do better. Like say you you look. You look like 8 guys trying to fuck 9 guys, or like something. I mean, like spice it up a little. How do you look back on your time in the service? I loved it. I wouldn't have gotten out if I wouldn't have blown my fucking knees out. My friend didn't say anything racist or against children. I don't know. You'd have to tell me who, and I could look. Honestly, I don't know. We don't. I'm usually tell my mods not to ban anybody unless they specifically violated like something specific on YouTube. So if somebody did get banned, he was either spamming or being racist or something, genuine, like not maliciously offensive, if that makes sense. But other than that, I don't. It's too much work for me to fucking click on somebody's name and actually ban them. That's like steps I don't even want to take. And encouraging the trolls, Mikey dogs. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, dude, it's YouTube. It's like getting mad traffic. I was laughing with my wife about this. Like, the other day, I'm driving, and this motherfucker cuts me off. And I pride myself on my ability to stay calm and collected. But this motherfucker almost ran me off the road. And we were on the freeway, so I'm on the left shoulder, and I just get mad. I drove off the road doing 80 miles an hour on the freeway and cut him off using the shoulder. And fucking slammed on my brakes. Dude, I was like pissed. And he takes one look at me, and then all of a sudden eyes are real straight, and he's driving. I'm like, ha, gotcha, motherfucker. And then 10 minutes later, I get cut off again. And I realized, like, all that effort, like, even if you did manage to change one opinion, like one troll, one asshole in traffic, one guy at the store who won't say excuse me and tries to bump by you, and you lose your shit on him, and you actually get one guy to go, my bad, dude, I'm very sorry. There's 1,000 of them that are going to take his place. So why be upset? Like, the trolls are ubiquitous with being on YouTube, so why not lean into it, make it fun? Like, come on, if you're going to poke fun at me, like, hit me. Come on, what do you got, motherfucker? Like, you know what I mean? Let's get something going here. Like, we can at least make people laugh. Like, fuck. Is this an LGBT safe space? Oh, man, I'm trying to think of something funny to say to that. I got nothing. Oh, I would say this nasty, like, so don't repeat yourself, because if nobody read your comment, it's probably because it wasn't funny and smart enough to read the first time. So if you're like that kid in the back of the class that's like, look at me, and nobody's looking at you, it's because you're not funny and you need to work on your shit a little bit. So if I do call you out and you continue to spam the same stupid question over and over again, that I will ban you for. And just for the principle of you being a dumbass, sub 80 IQ, annoying motherfucker that can't take social cues. And honestly, at that point, you're really wasting our oxygen. This is time we can't get back. You're investing your time by listening to this old retard rant in his garage. And I can't have you wasting that precious time. I can't get that back. So we're really doing a public service. Since you was in the service, what do you think about drones being used? Who knew? It's terrifying, man. It is terrifying. I watch drone footage, and I'll be honest with you, I don't even know. It's it feels like war crimes. I look. I can't help but feel bad for Russian soldiers. Now, does that mean I support Putin? Fuck no. Fuck that asshole. But you take some conscript from Siberia, say he's got no choice, and you put him on a cattle car and you drive him to the front lines and you give him no training and you throw him a fucking shitty rifle and then you send him out in a human wave against drones and rocket artillery, and he doesn't even know what to fucking do. He's got no training whatsoever. And you see the kid throw his rifle and he's running for his life and the drone hits him and kills him. It's like, that seems a little unnecessary to me. But at the same time, as a Ukrainian, he's a combatant. It's what he's supposed to do. And the whole thing it fucks with me. It really does. And I was artillery, so we were fucking grid squares up. But I don't know, it's just like, there's just something about, I've never really liked even like the Predator drones, like the idea of some guy here in Vegas at Nellis Air Force Base with a PlayStation controller is shooting Hellfire missiles over in the Middle East. I mean, it's really fucking cool that they can do that, but you're so disconnected from it. I've actually talked to a couple of the operators. They're a lot of them. They don't advertise that they're drone operators, but you run into them and they can kind of tell you a little bit. And a lot of them have some really fucking bad psychological issues. That's actually where I met a couple of them when I was at the VA. I am a recovering alcoholic and drug addict, so I'm in those circles of people. And some of the people that were in the PTSD classes were drone operators, and and it fucks them up. But they were kind of touching on how just there's a disconnect. It's not like me going up to you with a fucking gun and shooting you in the face. You're literally watching a television monitor, and it's just I don't know, man. It's a war evolves, and the only thing I could say is like Americans have it really good because we're building up a robust defense. If you think about it, they're using Ukraine as an experimental test bed for the technology, and watching what's going down there is helping us develop our defenses against it. But again, it's hard to feel, so I was watching Russians, and they were taking over a Ukrainian bunker or a trench, right? And they didn't take prisoners. They went in there and shot wounded people. That's a fucking war crime. So it's kind of hard to feel bad but I don't know. It's a mess. That whole fucking thing in Ukraine, it's a dirty, grimy. It's like trench warfare for World War One with modern weapons and technology. Oh, did you guys play Warhammer? It's like the Death Corps of Krieg. Las guns and fucking e-tools. Thank you, Nasty. Appreciate it. I think I'm ruggedly handsome. Why would I get banned? You gonna ban? So Happy Eagle, you've like done nothing but comment on how you're going to get banned, and we're just still letting you babble like a moron. So I'm not sure what you're bitching about. Do you want me to call you out so you can get your moment? I mean, you have everybody's attention. Why don't you drop something on us? You've got everybody's attention. Let's see what you got to say. Those are bots, not real humans. Yeah, that's another thing. It is annoying. Did you see the hand-to-hand video where the Russian soldier wins? No, but now I'm gonna search for it. I have a feeling I'm gonna regret it. I'm bitching about my friend who got banned for no reason. Well, I already asked you who the fuck you're talking about. Why don't you start with a name? Let me see. Leave a message. Why don't you check it? I'm not scrolling back to look at dumb comments. If you don't have anything that's adding to the conversation, I'm not saying that anything I say is particularly profound, but like me having to scroll up, which is interrupting the conversation to read something I'm really not interested in, is more work than I'm willing to do. So if you can't be bothered when you're typing fucking 3 and 4 sentence tirades to pop a name up on the screen so I could maybe look into it to see who it was and what they got banned for, then I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? You could be getting messed up psychologically in an air-conditioned room in Nevada smoking dudes on the other side of the globe, which I could understand. Interesting times. Archer. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's just it's a weird time we live in, man. It's fucking scary. I thought I saw Prophet Fear in the house. Probably causes me spam every chat. Hey, shitty traffic's still traffic, right? Uh, what's your opinion on soldiers not having air conditioning during kinetic warfare? It fucking sucks. So I was artillery, so I was fire direction control, so goddamn well I had an air conditioner and a big ass coffee pot. Half laptop will travel, baby. What is my favorite weapon? That's a tough one. If I'm gonna go with personal, like my use, I'm gonna go with the Benelli M4, kitted to what Marine Corps standards are. Um, if I'm just gonna pick any weapon whatsoever, I really like the M777s, but it's 155 millimeter howitzer. But I mean, favorite weapon, like something really cool, like the fucking Tesla tower from Red Alert, which probably doesn't exist, but it would be awesome if it did. Let me think about that for a minute. Favorite weapon? It can't be nukes. Are they're obviously super destructive, but you could go with the old classics like the M2, Ma Deuce, the ubiquitous 50 caliber machine gun that's been in service longer than I've been alive, probably twice as long. Goddamn Moses Browning. Appreciate you banning people for actual reason. I'm gonna say the R word casually. No, we don't. I don't like to. I'm gonna tell everybody right now. I tell my mods. I'm a free speech advocate. I believe everybody's entitled to their opinion, even if it's a stupid one. The only time I'm gonna ban you is if you are racist or you say something that's like pedophilia, like my daughter sometimes on the channel. God fucking help you if you say something about her. Or something along those lines, something that's intentionally malicious and doesn't add value. But it still needs I'll let it slide as long as it doesn't violate YouTube's community standards. If you're doing that, then I'm just gonna I'm not gonna. You're not worth the liability. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna risk my channel because you can't fucking keep it in your pants. How long did you serve? 8 years, 6 months. Archer, I have no idea whether the military adopted the mass shotgun system. That thing looked absolutely useless. I never had to use shotguns. So you can be in the service and never have touched a weapon. If you don't get issued that weapon, if it's not to your job, you might never shoot it. So I was never a shotgun guy until I got out of the military. My wife turned me on to him. She is a Benelli a Supernova. And she's a fucking assassin with it. Shoots clay pigeons, all that competition shooting. She's fucking good. And so I bought, what is it, a VR60 AR-12 style semi-automatic. And I started using Winchester Sabo slugs, and we were shooting pretty accurately up to 200 yards. I got put a reflex sight on it. it realizing like I always thought, like number four buckshot. You think like video games where it loses its spread after 30 yards and it's useless. Fuck no! You put a choke on that bitch, you can go well past 100 yards really easily, and it quickly became my favorite weapon. Like I was joking, like if you had, let's say you had mostly peaceful protest of Antifa coming down the road, and I had my VR-60 with my 19 round magazine loaded with number four buckshot. I'll bet you I could take the whole fucking line of them out. And if the ones that survive are probably not going to want to get any closer. Just start blah, 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 blah. Well, hey, just saying. Um, and you don't have the liability of like, going through two houses because you got, you know, high pressure, like high speed, the AR 5.56 rounds. They got a lot of gas going behind those bad boys, and um, I could see it going through a couple of houses and winding up in somebody's living room. Shotgun, you don't really have to worry about that too much. But if there's nothing in between you and the barrel, you're having a bad day. Wolverine's not bad, Prophet Fear. I never banned him. I mean, look, if you guys will indulge me, my laptop's a little slow, so I didn't ban him. I didn't ban Max. I don't give a fuck what those guys say. I mean, he's just like, he's not a person to me. When I say that, I mean, like, his opinion is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Those guys, the problem with guys like Max and Wolverine is they honestly think that what they say actually matters to people. You know what I mean? Like, they're somehow the gatekeepers of weightlifting. Like, when they say that powerlifting's stupid and squats don't matter. And I'm thinking, like, okay, I mean, I'm not doing this for you, so you don't need to like it. I don't never understood that. And then people be like, "Oh, you're gonna let that motherfucker talk shit to you?" And I'm like, I don't care. To me, it's the equivalent of a homeless guy standing on a corner with a sign, screaming, "Charlie's a fucking asshole!" And you're driving by, and you're like, "Oh my god, who the fuck's that?" If anything, they've gotten me more traffic than anything. I've gotten a lot of subscribers from people that said, "Yeah, Max said you were a fucking asshole and you lifted with fake weights and all sorts of shit." And you like, okay. I mean, like, I don't defend myself. I don't watch his videos. I don't care about his comments. He doesn't matter. And same thing with Wolverine. Like, that day that I made Wolverine cry because I told him that, his dad didn't love him or something, and I was joking, and I found out that I really hurt his feelings. Like, that made me feel bad. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. Like, that sucks that he really had that reaction. And then that made me realize this guy's fucking mentally ill. Like, that's like picking on a retarded kid. Like, what am I going to do that for? These guys will come on my channel and be like, "I lift more than you." I'm like, okay. Like, a lot of people do. That's weird. Like, you don't bench as much as me. Okay. You also don't weigh 400 pounds, but whatever. Like, cool, dude. And then when you mention, like, do you squat or deadlift? And like, oh, my back's fucked up. Okay. I mean, I don't judge. I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit. What you do or don't do has nothing to do with me and my choices. But I feel like they don't understand that. When I say that, I feel like they think like, oh, he's just saying that because it really bothers them. And I'm like, okay. I don't know. If anything, it's kind of entertaining when they get online. Let me see here. It finally came up here. So let's go to permissions, user management, hidden users. This is what everybody's looking for. Hey, whoever is talking about somebody I banned, I got the list up. So if you got a name for me, Prophet Fear, did you know you're one of my managing moderators? Did you know that you have the same rights as my wife? Steven Sullivan. So we're looking for who? West Coast Wolverine? It's not on here. A lot of these are bots. They're obvious bots and fake alternate accounts. Uh, I did tell the guys that if it's an alt account, like if somebody that the account's less than a week old and it's named like somebody else, like just get rid of them because I just don't even want to, like I just don't care. No, I don't see him on here. Wait, let me read you some of these names. Um, Nick Kerr. uh, Loose Goose's Fursona. I feel like I know that person. I'm pretty sure like some of my moderators probably added to this list. We're looking for who? West Coast Wolverine? I'm not seeing him. Max isn't on here. No. As far as I can tell, these are all bots. Able these reverse nachos, Middle East Beast. Oh, Middle East Beast is banned. Should I unban him? He was kind of annoying. But you know what? I guess I could. I'll unban him. Wait. Yeah, so I just unbanned Middle East Beast. I didn't know he was on this list. I'm just not adding any value to my channel, but I'm a man of my word. All right, where were we? He was annoying as fuck. Yeah, he was like he's the guy that if I actually met him in real life, I would open palm slap him. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not really just like, stop it. Like, roll up a newspaper? No. Bad dog. You know, stop. This is why you're a virgin. Why is racism where you draw the line? How come we can joke about women and not black people? Why does racism have to be black people? That's kind of racist. How come we can joke about women but not be racist on YouTube? I don't fucking know. Something about the terms of service. Like, so if YouTube out it, you'd be okay with it? It's such a stupid question. Like, I don't know. It kind of answers itself if you think about it. The thing is I don't care. Like, that's what the issue is. It's like I don't give a fuck about your immutable attributes. Like if it's something you didn't earn, you didn't pick your skin color when you were born with it. So why do I give a fuck about it? It's such a dumb thing. That and like when we were studying anthropology, like they literally showed a map of the Earth. You can look this up. You go on Google right now and look it up. Map of the Earth based on skin color. And watch what happens when it prints out. It's going to show you this fucking map, and the darker the line is going to be towards the equator, and the farther away from the equator, the lighter it gets. So what does that tell you? If you were able to use some, Sherlock Holmes level deductive reasoning, powers of intellect that you could probably use to fight crime, one could probably deduce for himself that, it seems like the closer you are to the sun, the darker your skin is. So maybe we're all kind of related in the same race. And then if you look at DNA, it sort of corroborates that. It's like stupid. It's a dumb fucking thing. And I don't even know how we ever got hung up on it. And especially here in America, which is like the least racist country I've ever been to. Like you wouldn't think so when you go online and talk to fucking morons. But in real life, we're just not. I mean, go to fucking China. You want racist? Japan. I love Japan, but good lord, they're fucking racist. And they have no bones about it either. TOS doesn't care about mocking white people. Well, white people don't count profit fear. We're fair game. But we talk shit back. That's the problem. It's called discrimination of ethnicity. Um, no, but it's like, if you really, really think about it, it's such a dumb fucking thing. Like, what? I don't know. The man who invented the term TDS is now a registered pedophile. Former MAGA Minnesota State Senator Justin Eichhorn was against meeting with FBI agent he thought was a 13-year-old. Black screen stories. But I don't. What's the point though? The man who invented the term TDS. What was that? Trump derangement syndrome? Um, is now a registered pedophile. Who is the man and why is that? Like, what's your point? It's the rich liberals who have a race problem. FR. No one else cares. The rich liberals don't. Well, okay. So there's liberals that are in power don't give a fuck. The people that are stupid enough to believe them are so dumb that they think that they know what's best for people whose lives they've never experienced and have no context for. The idea that my sister, who's married to an officer and never wanted for a fucking thing in her entire life, said that voting ID is racist. And I said, why? And she's like, she literally said, because people of color, and she's careful to use that term, just, they don't have access to the same resources that we have. You can't go to the DMV? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. And then, I work at a construction site, and I'm literally surrounded by, I'm like the minority white guy. I was like, hey, which one of you assholes couldn't get an ID? Like, everyone had one. They're like, why the fuck would that be a problem? It's not stupid, but this is the dumb shit that these, I call them champagne socialists, believe. They literally believe that they are so stupid they can't access public services. So then when I said to her that that's the most racist thing I've ever heard, it just didn't compute with her. Like, like, it's, you're racist for even thinking that. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But they don't see it. They don't understand. They don't understand the hypocrisy. Like, it's like, for them to even have that thought shows how ignorant they are. Women go liberal, men go conservative. I got a liberal sister too, man. I understand. You'd like my wife. She's pretty based. But they tend to be more emotional. Men are logical. Women don't understand what logic is at all. Not even a little. I'm thinking of one specifically. Yeah, the Victim Olympics. Who's the most oppressed? One of my favorites is a gay, and the only one is one of my favorites is a gay. Oh, Steven, I found my challenge coin. One of my friends is a gay, and the only time he has problems with homophobic people are none of them are white. Just an example. Yeah, it's funny when like the few gay friends I have are like they don't like any of this shit any more than we do, and they don't even like that they're lumped in with it by proxy. Feel out of your children from Pakistan, India, and the rest of the developing world. Totally not racist. Hey, we love them all, though. Mixed martial artist. It's racist to believe that racial minority is incapable of acquiring a photo. Right? Women like free stuff and false promises, so they vote left. Yeah, I think women, generally speaking, pursue happiness, and men pursue peace. Like, women want to be happy. I'm not happy. It's so fucking selfish and stupid. And men just want peace. We understand there's no such thing as being happy. Happy's a fucking cigarette and a cold beer after working a 12-hour shift, or, a dip in the pool on the weekend. Happiness is like, like that perfect brisket in the smoker. Moments, they're fleeting. They come and go. So it's a state of being. If you met somebody that's happy all the time, he probably has a fucking mental defect. But peace, and when I say peace, I mean peace. Like, just quiet. Enjoy the sunset. Don't fucking tell me how nice it is. Shut the fuck up. Look at it. Like, King of the Hill, we're all standing there. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. You don't need to add anything to it. Don't fucking describe the fucking sultry air in the Auburn fucking magenta. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. It's beautiful. Leave it alone. You can sag whatever you want, but sexism is the same as racism, a different biology target. Yeah, but it's true. Same thing with a lot of black. You'll understand. You're eventually going to meet a woman. You're probably going to want to spend the rest of your life with her. And you will understand. You will understand. You'll fucking get it. You don't have the context yet, bro. Can I come in your butt? How much money you got? Let's make a deal. Let's talk dollars here. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. That's a young medicinal nine. That's probably a bot. What I said was true. Get over it. Get over what? What did you say that was true? That's Eye of the Tiger Vigilance. Let's see what his last comment was. Who are you telling to get over it? I don't know what your last comment was, so I can tell you I'm over it. Because I'm not going to keep looking. Let me see here. All the plastic being released from car tires into the air is feminizing these men and rotting people's brains. Dude, we do ingest a lot of plastic. Keep going. I only ban until they give me a reason. Ha! I got in minute states. Give yourself $200,000 cash with no debt. There won't be much to complain about. Hey, no argument for me, brother. Oh my God, the sky looks turquoise. Yeah. I was trying to find like what's a good color for pink. You know, like not salmon, but oh God, like I said that's a pink shirt, and the guy's like, no, it's what did he say it was? God, it was such a pretentious color. You're just like, it's fucking pink. Shut up. It's salmon. Whatever, faggot. That's another thing. I want my word faggot back. And that doesn't mean gay people. Gay people can be faggots. Like, it's like all gay people are faggots, but not all faggots are gay people. It's like Pinto and like Pintos. Not all Pintos are paints, but not all paints are Pintos, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But that's how we used to address each other. What are you faggots up to? Right, nomadic people argue online with always use nuance. Race is a social construct. Yeah, exactly. Bam, who knows? I said women want to be oppressed. Oh, yeah. No, you're 100% right. I think I agree with you. Eye of the Tiger Vigilance. Smart gamer, definitely sarcasm. I hope so. None of us are being serious on this channel. Like, let's get that out there right now. Eye of the Tiger has for sure the Bible quote in his bio with gym pics. Let's take a look. What's Bible quote? I agree with this comment. You know what though? As psychotically crazy as I think my wife is, I love her with all my heart, and I think that I'm as retarded because I'm willing to suffer that shit. So it's like, who's the dumber one? But I don't know. Like, can you imagine though? So like, what would the human race look like if women, if they weren't built the way they were, and they weren't the gatekeepers of reproduction, which is really what it is. You know, it's like they decide who gets to be the dad, if you will. And I'm not talking about the use of force or something immoral like rape or any of that, but real healthy, genuine relationships. Women are the gatekeeper. And I think that we're built the way we are because there would probably I don't want to get in the weeds on this one. I have some examples, but I don't know if I want to go there. I was going to say, look at the gay community and the way they treat hedonism. I have a gay friend, and he's always telling me how nice my ass is. And one day, I said to him, I said, is that all you talk about is sex? Like he always makes jokes, and they're funny and whatever. I don't care, but I did tell him one day. I was like, it's kind of annoying that I can't have a normal conversation with you. Like you don't ever talk about anything but that. And he answered by fucking saying something derogatory sexually. And I looked at him and I'm like, you know what? I just thought about it. Gay men, like they don't have the woman, the rejection part. It's all just dicks all the time, all you can eat. Where women, there's a rejection. They tell you no. And I think it has to be designed that way for biological reasons, like reproduction of the species. You know, weeding out the weak genes, right? I mean, ideally, a woman would have a choice of a high value man, or at least the strongest guy in the tribe, or something along those lines. Um, or the strongest man would, if you were like you want to go back to like Indians or what did they say, Native Americans, where the strongest man had access to the majority of the women, and the weakest men didn't get shit. They either went out and started their own tribes or whatever, or like lion pride. The big lion gets all the women, and the other ones have to either kill him when he gets weak, or go fucking start their own. And I think it's designed that way because evolution, the strongest genes get passed down, and if the women weren't built the way they were, and we did understand each other, it would probably be the end of the species. We'd all just be a bunch of slack-jawed fucking inbred retards. I the tiger. No, he doesn't have any. He doesn't have a Bible quote in his bio. But it would have been funny if he did. You're the problem with the country. Are you talking to me? I the tiger. I would like you to expound upon that. Are you hit Marine? No, sir. What does that even mean? What is a hit Marine? I feel like you're trying really hard to insult me, but you're not really. You're not there yet. You got to work on it a little. Never talking to you, only small. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. I got you. I'm like, I'm not offended by this. Like, I think I agree with you. She's talking to Smart Gamer. No, okay. We're on the same page. Me and you are cool. I'm going after Smart Gamer. Smart Gamer's my boy, though. Like, don't be. Let's see. Jen, those people have it on Insta bio. Oh, okay. You know anyone that's family? Shit, I lost the comments. Do you know anyone that's family tree is a circle? I know a couple that their family tree looks like a drumstick or a pencil. Mad Max movie, but no gas. I don't care if you are straight. Who knew? We just don't push it in my face by talking about your children constantly. Do 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 do. Well, I went blank there. Mixed martial artist. Because I'm trying to find the comment you're talking about. God Core Country. Mixed martial artist. You know what? Mixed martial artist. I'm going to make you moderator. Bam. But you know my policy. Steven Sullivan. Well, mixed don't talk about I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Oh, anyway, Steven, yeah, I found my challenge coin. He's got my NAM attached to it. So I got a 3-star Lieutenant General. It's Buck Bernard. Let me see. I need glasses. Lieutenant General Buck Bernard. And we got this for when we were working on the the in the mid '90s, digital fire missions, like the ability for the fire direction control center to calculate where the guns were going to fire, and then have the howitzer shoot this big ass fucking 200-pound bullet 20 miles and land on a target. It's all calculated using trigonometry and mathematics and stuff. Oh, calculators. And they in the mid '90s it was becoming digital. So, but everything was still like attached. Like we had to run lines to the gun line, and we had and a part of that is because say you were shooting in a nuclear environment, like an EMP blast is not going to take that radio system out, so it'll survive, its basic communications. But we were at Matissa, which is off the coast by 43 area, and it's a Marine Corps testing facility where they have all sorts of newfangled stuff they're working on. They had that future soldier bullshit where they had that Apple Newton and that stupid fucking magnetic antenna on on the covers. God, thank God that failed. But we were the first battery to do a digital fire mission from Mictissa to 29 Palms, and it was a huge deal because it was me sitting next to an SQL, not Linux, Unix engineer, and he's literally writing code while we were working, and I had some fucking profound, like I knew basic machine coding, and I saw a potential issue that they were trying to rectify, and I made a suggestion, and it was one of those like, shut up, Corporal, and like, oh, what did you say there? I'm like, oh, put my hand up and I mentioned something, and it worked, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but I got this fancy Navy achievement medal, and he gave me his challenge coin. Now, what are these good for, you say? Well, you're good for getting drunk. So you go to a bar, and you slap your coin down, bam, coin me, bitch. And it's like playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic the Gathering, like who's got the higher rank coin gets the free beer. So if you lose, you gotta buy a drink. And usually they get these from higher ranking officers or enlisted for doing something cool. And they'll give you a coin, and then you can use the coin to get booze. I don't know I'm sure there's more to it than that. That's all we ever used them for. Just people would ask, like, were you really in the service? And I'd bust this out and be like, show me your coin, bitch. Oh, you don't fucking have one? Well, you better shut them gums up then. Shut that cock holster up, son. Yeah. Remember, we had fun too, man. It's at 11% today, and poverty is middle class back then. Why you turn your back on MAGA? I don't even know what that means. You Palms. I had some fun there. I had some pretty goddamn bad times too. Powerfish, Melbourne, Australia. Fuck yeah. I was E5. That's Who Knew W. And if you don't have a coin, you're measuring dicks. Fuck yeah. These are handy to have because it usually shuts people up. But, like most people that would even like have the audacity to accuse like somebody of stolen valor usually haven't served in the military. On YouTube, I've noticed, like, I can't imagine in real life somebody saying that to me. I've seen a couple in town. Dude, this is a bad town to be stolen valor. We've seen a couple guys, because we have a few Army, Navy surplus stores, and a lot of them you could buy, like, you saw all the kit that I had that I go to the range with. It's all the Army's, that fucking ugly blue woodland that they had for a while. You get that shit cheap. It's really nice fucking load-bearing vests and sappy plate carriers and all this shit. You can get dirt cheap, and it's not bad equipment. It's ugly as fuck. But a lot of them, the few stolen valor guys I had, the problem is they never do anything believable. You never meet like a motor T or a cook or admin. It's always got to be a Navy SEAL or a scout sniper. It's like the smallest person. First of all, where are you stationed? We're in Las Vegas, dumbass. It's like Have you been in combat? Yes. A few, well, I was artillery, so combat for me is not probably what you're thinking. We've done security, like airport security, but like door kicking, like you see on TV, like the Marines going like Fallujah, where they went door to door, and I was like what I like to call myself infantry tech support. Thank you for calling artillery. How can I help you? Oh my God, we're fire danger close. Press 1 for high explosive. Press 2 for point delay. Would you like an illumination round? Press 3 for fire danger close. Ah! Fire for effect. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Adjust fire. So, we have big guns. If you go on my community page, I think I posted some pictures of the battery and some of the pictures when we were on deployment on the USS Comstock. Any Asian is winning the dick measuring. Probably. Who cares about a Navy SEAL? Well, I mean, I only mention the SEAL specifically because, when people do stolen valor, they don't just pick like something that would be believable. Like if you're 50% body fat, you look like you haven't seen your dick in 10 years, and you got a trident on, like a fucking set of Army BDUs. It's like, I'm thinking you probably weren't a Navy SEAL, but I mean, I'm not going to call you a liar personally, I don't even care. The Fed is the only thing keeping me sane this presidency. I got it. You know what? You need to talk offline. Because you have so much, you have so many ideas you want to talk about, and I really want to give you a forum to discuss all that stuff. That's why I wanted to do a split stream with you. If you want, because you said you don't want to put your picture online or your photo online, we could do a members only stream where it's just us and the boys. Did you ever do time on target shoot? The Dirty Chef. What that? Um, Expound. What do you mean time on target? I mean, they do like you could do. Wow, what do they call that? Where they go high angle and then low angle, and the impact of the rounds are at the same point, so you could one cannon can shoot 2 rounds and impact the same target. What is that called? I had a name for that. We would do that at 29 Palms, but I've never seen it done in a combat situation. We've done direct fire. That's fucking interesting. Stolen valors are like undercover police. They stand out like a sore thumb. Finally a baddie on my live. Thanks, Meep. I appreciate that. I only date meatheads with dreads. You ain't gonna like my hair then. This is hat hair. I actually, when I style it, it looks pretty cool. Well, one of my ideas actually seems pretty manageable and probably is going to have demands one of my hundreds of ideas in private unemployment insurance. I'm not sure what it's called now, but my dad told me he got to see it in Vietnam. So I'm thinking, time on target. I'm trying to think of what you're talking about because I feel like it's a specific fire mission. Because what we do is we would do, generally speaking, you do what's called an adjust fire. If depending on if you're a professional, like a forward observer, and you call, that's your job, is to call in fire missions, or what are the like the liaison officers, the guys that are that, who's the fucking Air Force guys that they send in with the like Delta and Green Berets and Rangers and SEALs, and they got a name for them, but basically they're professional forward observers, and they'll call them fire missions. But say you're just a regular troop and you're out in the open and you got a radio, you regular infantry, and you see like a BMP, you would call for fire. And you have our call sign and call for fire mission. You hear the command in our tent. You hear fire. Everybody calls out fire mission, and we'd say just fire, and he would tell me BMP in the open, HE, PD, point delay, and they would shoot one round, and then from there you would adjust fire. And you'd say left 500, left 200 meters, up 200, and we'd have your direction, so we'd be going left based on your orientation. So we know your direction, we know where you are, you know where we are, and if you tell us left, we can calculate that, and then we'll walk around, and as soon as it hits, you're gonna say fire for effect, and then you're gonna get all 6 guns, boom, 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 boom. Now, sometimes you don't want to adjust fire. You can do what's called danger close, or an emergency situation where you can literally call for fire for effect, battery 6, right on your grid square. Because sometimes if you do an adjust fire, say it's like a light armor, like Cav Scouts kind of thing, where they could get the fuck away really fast. If you do an adjust fire round, it could alert them, and you will lose that target of opportunity. But the way the Marine Corps does it is, it's kind of like combined arms warfare. We usually have air assets, we have artillery, we've got mortars, naval gunfire, depending on how close. And depending on the target, they're usually going to do some kind of combined arms fire, depending on what the target is. I still don't think that's answering your question, though. Time on target. Let me look something up real quick. Let's see here. Now, we would do... Okay, so that was what I was talking about. The gun shoots at high angle and low angle. So rounds is going this way, high angle is going this way. Now, if you've got a really good crew, it is possible with a 777 to do 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, and the high one travels. It takes forever to travel and impact. The middle one, and then of course, the straighter the trajectory, the less time it takes for the round to get to the target. So theoretically, you've got a really good crew. Each gun could shoot 3 rounds and have all 3 of them impact the same point. And if you got a 6-round battery and all of them do that, that's a fucking lot of high explosive goddamn rounds hitting at the same time. So it is theoretically possible. So where you would see this the time on target, where you wouldn't see it so much with towed artillery, which is what we were. We had the M1908s, and then of course the M777s in the mid to late 2000s. They started coming out. You would see this like with the Paladins, the M109 or A6, whatever the fuck it is, and it looks like a tank with a big cannon sticking out of it. It's tracked artillery. Usually those systems, it's way easier to load around and then load the charge and all that, and of course those systems also were able to survey themselves on spot, lay themselves in automatically. Now the modern cannons like the M777s, they have GPSs on them. So back in the day, you'd have to have a survey crew come in, and they would literally have to survey using known points. They'd have to triangulate where they were on the map. And then they would set these stakes up, survey stakes. They look like candy canes. The guns would then come in and then directly aim on that candy cane. And each gun would have a stake. And that's how they got their location on the map. They had to know where we're at. That's step 1. Now you can do it with GPS. You can just drive in and boom, you're there. Well, so in the mid-90s, we would have 1 GPS for the whole battery, so you would still need survey to come in and stake each individual gun, and they would still have to aim in. Now with the 777s, you can literally drive in, drop the gun, it tells you exactly where it is, it networks, it hooks up, you shoot, you fucking hook up, you get the fuck out of there before counter battery radar tells them where you're at, and they shoot your ass. It's called shoot and scoot, baby. But, yeah, you would see there's a couple of mobile artillery. I forgot which system France uses. Korea's got a nice one. they fire so fast they can almost do like 5, 6 rounds a minute. Um, so you would see that probably as a tactic more than you would for like what the Marines would be doing. And as far as I know, I think the Marines are getting away from. Um, I heard they're going all to HIMARS now, but I don't know that for a fact. Hey, Private, go search for grid squares or register around. You ever do that one? Were you in the military, badass 3? How many people have you killed? Well, oh man, I'm trying to think of something funny way to answer that because I was artillery, so probably a lot. This dude looks like a textbook definition of a guy who has super plastic surgery riddled wife and calls himself a swinger, but just sits there and watches. That would be known as a cuck, and I don't know why you're projecting your family's onto mine. Because like I would have been your dad, but unfortunately the mailman beat me over the fence. That's Kyle Sanders, 4145. But I like when I sit there. So can you be a swinger if you just watch your wife get fucked by other dudes? How does that work? Yeah, I don't know. My wife's usually my managing moderator, and I wish she was online right now so she could fucking eviscerate that guy. Fake vet, Ghost Rider 2698. What branch did you serve in, Ghost Rider? Show me your coin, bitch. What's on the rack right now? Oh, dude, I was warming up and I got to talking to you guys. I'm supposed to be fucking training. That's 3:15. All right, we gotta get some weightlifting in here. If you just watch your wife get rammed by other guys, that makes you a cuck. Yes, yeah, so you can't be a swinger, right? So what was it? Um, where did Kyle Sanders? Yeah, Kyle Sanders was trying to be funny, but he's not smart enough. So it's like you're close though. It was almost funny. That's why I read it. We like trolls. If you're a good troll, and at my expense, I don't care. If you can say something funny, we'll all have a laugh together. But if you suck, I'm just gonna point you out and be like, dude, you need some work. It's just not. And then you're like, how long did it take you to sit there and type that on your phone? And you can't be possibly happy with that. I'm rooting for you though. Hey bro, you haven't seen the channel for a few months. You still beefing with that guy with long hair? I don't know who you're talking about, Milan. Guy with long hair. I'm not beefing with anybody that I'm aware of. There's people that beef with me, but I don't pay any attention. So it's kind of a one-way thing, really. Are you a soldier? Fuck no. I'm a goddamn Marine. Your wife might just be a noise Santa makes. That's a good one. One for the commandant. Here. I might have to warm up again. Holy shit. The only reason I'm training this late is because I got to give blood tomorrow, and I won't be allowed to lift. The Red Cross sends me notifications. My blood type is AB positive, and they literally send me text messages begging for me to donate. I don't know why. I don't know what's special about AB positive, but it's good to do. It's good to do an oil change every once in a while. Feeds the vampires or something. like to sing. I like the sound like the moon. I like to sing it. And it just doesn't make any sense, goddammit. Mr. Gooner, oh, thank you. Who is talking about poop? Who isn't talking about poop? You know, a girl let you borrow her pants. Oh, dude, her pants fit me, by the way. So check this out. So my wife's 5'9", I'm 5'9". And her waist, you know, women's waist. I put on a pair of jeans. I was getting ready to go to work. And they just kind of felt weird around the waist, right? It was like, just, I don't know. And I'm in the kitchen getting eggs ready. And my wife comes out of the bedroom. She goes, "The fuck are you wearing my jeans for?" And I'm looking at them. I'm like, "Oh, that's why the couch is weird. Because women's jeans are sewn a little different. You don't have like the schlong area. There's a little extra the fabric there for the twigs and berries, I guess. So we wear women's pants. It kind of cuts your tenders right up the middle. So I was like, these are weird. They don't fit right. But other than that, they fit me fucking perfectly. So she borrows my clothes all the time, and I can't wear hers, though. Killed your horn moon. I swear YouTube comments get as bad as Facebook. Oh, yeah, dude. I try to lean into it and have fun with it, though. Most people aren't smart enough to say insulting things. Like, it's... If somebody says something truly insulting, we want to have a laugh together, but most shows are just kind of pathetic. It's like, wow, you're not smart, are you? That's gotta suck to be you, you know? You're sitting there, if you're gonna be a troll, and you're not good at it, like, what are you doing with your life? You know, like, think of like Andy Kaufman, you know? Like, a troll should be, like, a comment should, like, roll out like a grenade, and you'd be thinking about it later, and you're like, that motherfucker, you know, like, that's the kind of, it needs to marinate, you know? Like saying, like, if a woman's mad at you, and you say, "Ma'am, there's no need to be indignant," you know, and it doesn't hit her right away. You know, you start walking away, and she's all of a sudden just loses her shit. "I'll fucking show you indignant." She starts throwing shit at you. Like, that's a troll. You know, like, most of these guys are just like, "I bet you let you watch your wife get fucked by other men." Like, aw, you tried. You tried so hard. Sitting there on the toilet. Bet you thought long and hard about that. What can you do? Lean, mean fight machine. Hell yeah. True, but I'm not a troll. I'm just honest. Meat flips. You're good. I don't have a problem with that. I know what my jeans look like. Dude, if you had an ass like mine, you'd wear these too, baby. Been finding out when people die, we tend to forget bad things that they did. So, you know, it's funny you said that, Smart Gamer. I remember people talking about Kobe dying in school. And the black kids were sad because whelp culture? You'll have to expound on that. I'm not sure what you mean. What have I walked into? Guys talking shit. Hey, dude, I hope you're having a great day. Panda Express or Chipotle? Ooh, Chipotle. I gotta go with Chipotle. Take it down now. Do it now. Do it. West Coast Natural. Remember that dude. Fuck yeah, I remember West Coast. Somebody asked me why I blocked him. I never blocked him. He's not blocked. I don't care enough about him to put the effort into that. I'd have to reach over to my mouse and right click on, and then it's like way more steps. High Point Shoot 1. Good morning, just woke up passing by. Hell yeah, Ava. Is it Ava? We're just, I'm doing late night lifting because I won't be able to train tomorrow, and I'm actually going to try to compete February 28th. And people that have been with me know I'm a competitive power lifter. I had bicep surgery, so I haven't really done any lifting, serious lifting since then. Now I'm going to compete, um, so I got to get after it. Like I got a lot of work to do. Uh, it's me, Mario. Where you been? Your attitude towards trolls says a lot about your personality. I've been talking shit 100 times every time I see you, but I'm done. Oh man, I I would feel bad if you didn't want to be a smartass. Like we're all trying to have a laugh together, right? Life's too goddamn short to be serious, right, people? The culture which is spreading to every kid but more prevalent in black is the worshiping of sports people. They always focus on sport. Um, yeah, but you could almost go into like if you want to be serious for a second. I mean, we're the human race is gregarious by nature, and we have a tendency to uh, I don't know if it's a want or a need or a biological imperative to attach ourselves to something bigger than ourselves, and that could be religion. If you look at like a lot of things, like look at like rabid sports fans. Like we're talking about like when the Chargers come to town, or the Raiders go to play at the Jack Murphy, it's Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego, and they're literally like they have to step security up, and these people are willing to like hurt each other over football. And I'm like, you don't play for the team, right? Yeah, I'm wearing a Junior Seau jersey. And this fucking Raiders fan's like, I'm gonna fuck you up this weekend. And I'm like, whoa, who are you talking to? And like, are we fighting? What's going on? And he's like, you guys suck. You're going down. And I'm like, who? The fucking Chargers, bitch. I'm like, I don't play for them. It's just a shirt I bought. Didn't get the concept. Like, so that's what's called ideological possession. And that could be religion, it could be sports, it could be fucking Warhammer tournaments, it could be just about anything. Like, we can celebrity worship. That's huge. I mean, look at the fucking Swifties. I mean, there's people that take this shit seriously. I joke around about the time I was at the bar. One of the funniest moments of my life. This guy straight up says, "I love Eddie Van Halen." The guy sitting next to him says, "Van Halen's fucking gay." Like, next thing you know, these two are fist fighting because like Eddie Van Halen. It's like, first of all, Eddie doesn't know you and he wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. Why would you fight about that? You don't need to like the same things I do. But people get weird, man. They just they get attached to stuff. And I can kind of see why that would happen, Smart Gamer, if you look at that's a risky conversation to get into, but if you look up at status symbols, like guys like Wes Watson or these manosphere dudes that try to coach young men on how to look like you're rich without actually owning anything. It's all about your Birkin bags for your girlfriends, or the Bugatti, or the fucking nice, Rolex watch, or these status symbols that, in their minds, they believe that legitimately makes them a better person than you because you don't have that. Like me owning a nice car, I am a higher value man than you. And it's like, that's fucking weird. And you only get that from cultures that are poor. Or, historically, it doesn't come from people that are rich. Historically, it's from people that have never had money before, and now that they have money, and then to mimic that, what are you going to do? You're going to, I used to laugh when we were Marines. We'd go clubbing on the weekends, and motherfuckers would spend their whole paychecks on clothes. We go to what was this shiny shirts? Hot Topic. Fucking spend your whole paycheck on Hot Topic, and then you got the one guy that has the 3 Series BMW that's 10 years old, and he's paying more than he gets paid a month for it, and it's going to get repoed in like 6 months. We go down to the club. All of us are broke as fuck, and we're making fun of the guy that pulls up in a minivan and he's wearing a polo shirt. Like, look at this motherfucker. I'm like, he actually has money, dumbass. Like, he's got a family. He can afford to have dinner. Like we're all broke, but we're acting like we're rich, and we're looking down on people who don't look the part, who probably have 10 times the amount of money we have. If you think about it, the whole thing's stupid, and that's why I don't judge people. You know what cured me of that? Losing everything and being homeless. It made me see that people are just people. Rich, poor, it don't matter. Drug addicts, sober, whatever your story is, there's nobody better than anybody. You might be better at doing something, but it doesn't make you better as a person. Like, I'm a powerlifter. I probably bench more than you. And there's probably something you do that I can't that's fucking amazing. And see, you know what I mean? Like, we all have skill sets and talents and things that we worked at. I don't judge people by the things they have or the stuff they can lift or whatever organizations they belong to or didn't belong to. Like people like I get those guys that are like, I would have joined the military, but yeah, I went to college instead, and it was like, it's okay. I don't care. Like I don't judge you. You went to school. You got a degree. That's fucking awesome. I'm trying to get my degree still. I'm 51 and I still need 20 credits. Like we went different paths. I don't judge you for serving. I don't judge you for not having served. It's like you had your path, we had mine. What I like to do is try to find common ground and share the current path we're on together. I mean, that's fucking cool. We all lend our different experience, strength, and hope to each other. We share our stories. We share the things we've been through, and hopefully have a laugh about it. I'm a gym girl, so totally understandable. Hell yeah. That's it's Ava, right? You're one of my Marines. Hell, J-Dad. Hell. I know about redlining, girl. I'm not uneducated. Oh, I must have missed a comment. Oh, redlining. Yeah, I don't know if I want to get in that part. There's the Chat Beef, get some popcorn. I usually try to let them work that shit out. You're my new favorite streamer off the bed. Oh man, I missed you, brother. It's me, Mario. Yeah, no, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad you're back. I really appreciate it. What do you think about Trump repeatedly calling veterans losers? I haven't heard him say that. I would need to. Uh, you'd have to show me, uh, like context, a video. Now I know they were talking shit about some of the DEI initiatives and some of the service stuff when it was related to that under the Biden administration. So I think it would. I see him saying that like some of those were. I could see him saying that, and I would agree. I would honestly agree with it. There was a lot of stuff that they were doing that they got away from old school military, and I would agree with them if that's what they were talking about. So if Trump did call military people losers, I would need to see the video to get full context and then make a judgment based on that. But I've never heard him say anything like that. I'm a doc. I'm your corpsman. We fucking love our docs, but brother, you are treasure. Honestly, I think Trump's better than Sleepy Joe. Dude, my fucking happy sock is better than Sleepy Joe. uh, Meep Lord, that's the also, lady, there's no such thing as underfunded schools. That's rarely a thing. Average national spending on public education per child is 20K. Everything gets wasted. Yeah, I'm vehemently against the Department of Education. I think it's unconstitutional. Have you kissed a man before? It's only gay if your dick's touched. Trump is a Freemason. Yeah. Is he? I don't know. Like, what would it, does it matter? What if he was? And why do you think I would care? People are like, Trump's this. I'm like, okay, tell him, not me. I don't fucking work for the guy. Like, I'll let him know. I'll let him know you said that. I talk to him all the time. I mean, he might be the anarchist. Like, what's your point? Are you? Do you think I'm a Trump supporter? Do you think like I'm one of those people that can't like discern things for himself, and we're ideologically possessed, and we worship people in office. Like you think you're gonna vote, and some good magic wizard's gonna fix all of your problems for you if you just vote hard enough. Like, you think I'm that delusional? You think I'm dumb enough to assign myself to a left or right team and be lumped together with all the other sheep? You think I'm like stupid enough to be even mildly insulted by anything you're saying? It's like you don't really know who you're talking to. It's like it's irrelevant. Like I don't care what you think about Trump at all. I don't care what you think about anything. Then we can talk about specific issues. I think Trump's hilarious, though. I did vote for him. There's other things like you vote for him. Oh, you're MAGA. Well, honestly, yeah, maybe. I mean, there's. Oh, I would say, yeah, fiscally conservative, socially liberal. I'm right there in the middle on most things. I think, as most people are, really. And dub the bad fit. Let's go. Hell yeah. Also, Trump isn't conservatives. Hell no, he's not. Fuck, he used to be a Democrat. That's, but that shows you how far the fucking goalpost has moved, if you think about it. Yeah. Yeah, wasn't he, before he ran for president, him and Hillary Clinton were really good friends. This is where we get to see if these work boots are any good or not. I don't have knee wraps on either. Fuck it. Knee wraps are for pussies. Makes me a buttocks. Ooh. A lot of big butts when I came out line. I'll hit this set and then I'll get right into deadlifting. Corpsmen are beloved by the Marines. Thank you, J-Dad. Dude, getting fat, it's easy to do. It's all about money. That show they're put on to piss us off at each other. I agreed, 100%, Frank. If I start twerking, if I could pull that off me, Lord, I would do it. People are like, you're on OnlyFans? I'm like, well, if I thought you'd pay me, I would. Every Marine I've been with every Marine I've been with saved my ass. Donald Trump made a widely reported comment about senior Senator John McCain's he sure did. Yeah. He's not a war hero. He's yeah, that you know, it's funny though. So the reason why Trump could get away with that shit is because everybody knew he was talking shit back to McCain, who was giving it to him just as equal. And it was, you know, dudes talk shit. And I think Trump actually got a lot of crap for that comment, but in context of him mic dropping McCain, it was pretty funny. Yeah. Thank you, Ava. Oh, we got Rex and Ruin from UK. What's going on? Scrumptious. Oh, that's a new one. It's Poofy88. Trump did talk shit. I remember that. That was when he said. I remember when he said that. I was like, damn. Like talking shit about POWs. I don't know. That's not gonna fucking win him over. And he still, dude. That's why I call him Teflon Don. That motherfucker. You know what it is. Don did the right thing. He never apologized for anything he said, and he. The one thing I like about Trump, whether he's right or wrong, he sticks to what he says. But he's a liar just like the rest of them. I mean, to what degree? All I care, look, this is what I want from the president. Fucking executive branch, execute the law, send the Marines in, and don't make us more communist. If you make us less communist, you're asking a lot these days. And Trump's going to make us less communist than fucking Kamala Harris would. So, there you go. I like Russia Putin. President Trump is a solid man. Yeah, to be clear, I voted for him. If Trump was competent, he would be Putin. Profit fear. Send Marines to where, though? Our own cities? These days, sometimes you have to. So, this is another, like, people are like, how can you send troops? Let me tell you, motherfuckers, something. And if this is you I'm talking to, then it's you. Protesting is one of our sacred rights granted by God and enforced or protected by the Constitution of the United States. The second you use violence, coercion, any kind of force to deter someone from traveling freely, destroying their property, breaking shit, starting fires, blocking traffic, you are not protesting, you are rioting. And at that point, as far as I'm concerned, it should be legal for motherfuckers to run you the fuck over in traffic, which is what I would have done. So, until these mostly peaceful protesters, like, we should have rounded those motherfuckers up and threw them in jail from the beginning. But we didn't. We encouraged it. Now, I like that he's sending the Marines to fix these shitholes where they're not enforcing any laws, and people that live there have to endure this fucking bullshit that's being thrust upon them. I would absolutely endorse sending the Marines in. Dearborn, Michigan, baby. Let's fucking turn that bitch into a parking lot. Every single mosque should be fucking direct fired with 155 millimeter howitzers. Bam! Now they're hells. In Minecraft, right? No, but seriously, I mean, like, this goes for any, I don't care what religion you are. The second you think that you have the right to inflict your ideology onto other people that are unwilling participants, you're talking about like Sharia law, Michigan. It's not uncommon. If you go back in history to the Irish, the Italians, the mafias, they police their own communities. A lot of times they had mostly homogenous communities that were policed, whether it was legal or not, through a hierarchy. We call the mafia, whatever you want to call it, gangs. So, it's not uncommon. And they said, well, how's Sharia law any different? Because not everybody that lives there is fucking Muslim. And they don't want to be part of that. So you're going to take that area with people that have lived there for generations and basically usurp their rights and their freedom the freedom of association. You're just going to take that. And I got to fucking hear that stupid prayer call every morning. Fuck that shit. That is a violation of my rights, goddammit. And that's the difference. Once you're inflicting yourself on unwilling participants, you are now committing an act of aggression and violence. And we have the sacred right of self-defense. And as far as I'm concerned, we should be able to use as much force as necessary to fucking stop it. You fought overseas just for them to come set up their mosques here. Yeah, and skibbity, don't get me wrong. Like, freedom of religion is also sacred and protected by the Constitution, by all means. If Scientology can exist, you could fucking start worshiping peach pits for all I give a fuck. Just don't expect me to participate and keep it to your fucking self. What I always say, what's my mantra? Your life's not my fault. My life's none of your fucking business. Do you, butterfly? Leave me out of it. And that's the issue. They think that they have the right to set up shop, take over, and ignore the law of the land. And unfortunately, the weak government of the state is encouraging them, if not funding them directly, as we've come to find out with all the embezzling crimes that are being uncovered. And then, of course, when the situations have arisen where Trump did send in the military, and what was going on at the time, it's very disingenuous for people to, there's one of the things about our Constitution is it basically protects you and me from having a standing military imposed upon us. So it's a very sacred thing, and we ran into it when we were doing border observation with the DEA. That's back in '95. They had issues with us just there watching the border. The Marines had no business being on U.S. soil, even though had nothing to do with. We were out in the fucking wilderness in the woods. But rioting is illegal, and if the fucking state's not going to take care of it, and the National Guard can't take care of it, who are you going to fucking call? Ghostbusters? Yeah, send the Marines in. Marines, you don't want that shit. You unleash a few of them drunk-ass, devil-dog, cran-eating motherfuckers, they'll fucking fix your mostly peaceful protest real fast with a smile on their face. Yeah, profit fear, 100%. I remember that, yeah. Classic liberalism, yeah, it's antithetical to it. Individual right, don't expect me to follow that crazy shit. You have to expound, Frank. I'm not sure if you're agreeing with me or the sentiment. You never served. Show me your card, Derek. I served your mother. Oh man, Tubby, I had to get a wheelbarrow for her ass. Yeah. Which branch of the service were you in there, Derek? Let me see your challenge coin, bitch. Now that I found this thing, I'm going to be using this for everybody. I love this thing. I was missing this for the longest time. Look at my Navy Achievement Medal ribbon on there. You got med boarded at basic and never served you a Fugazi. I don't know what a Fugazi is. I imagine it's probably the big old hairy dong you like to puff on every night there, Derek, but they don't give Navy Achievement Medals out for boot camp. Well, maybe they would. Is it possible to get an AM in boot camp? Where are my boys at? Is it? Am I talking shit, or is it? I don't think it would be possible. Maybe if you. Well, I guess if you're active duty, it's technically possible to get any medal or ribbon. I got the National Defense Service ribbon just for signing up. I noticed that a lot of the new the guys coming out of boot camp don't have those, and it's so weird to look at them. They don't have anything. They have no salad bar whatsoever. I at least had the pizza stain. I mean, first of all, I'm not a soldier, dipshit. What's patches or so Derek, you don't even know what you're talking about. So the idea, because you don't know what a challenge coin is, it tells me you're a fucking moron and I don't need to listen to you. So I could just ban you, but I'll just let you keep babbling. It's okay. Thanks for sharing though. Jesus, are you atheist or some shit? No, I'm Christian. I don't respect it at all. If you read the book and still like it, you're evil. 100% agree with you, smart gamer. You're a pogue. Fuck yeah, I'm a pogue. I'm proud of it. Goddamn right, I'm a pogue. 0844, Field Artillery, Fire Direction Control Man. Fuck yeah. What's wrong with being a pogue, bitch? At least I served. I don't think you did. It's so funny to get like criticism for what my MOS was from people who never served in the military. Like, what the fuck? What could you even possibly be criticizing? You stupid retard. You're trying so hard. God bless you. Keep it coming, brother. You have to understand, like, I don't know if you noticed this, but most of the people in the chat I've been friends with for a while, so you're kind of just making an ass out of yourself. But we enjoy it. We encourage this. You know what I mean? People aren't laughing with you, they're laughing at you, if that makes sense. Anytime that people break the law and the police cannot deal with it when people are rioting and destroying public property and continue than this. So, again, peaceful protest, protected by law. Not peaceful protest is rioting, is illegal. That is an act of aggression. That's an act of violence. That's an act of destruction of property. That is not protesting. That's rioting. Rioting's illegal. And if the police can't handle it, it's fuck them. Let's just hit them with an MLRS ATACMS rocket, as far as I'm concerned. And that's the thing. That's like we've been programmed over the last few years to accept a few burning cars as part of the process. No, that is not part of the process. Blocking traffic on a freeway. You should be able to run those motherfuckers over. For real. Could you imagine? Dude, they had that fucking... Oh, it's... I made a video about it. You guys got to check it out. I think it's one of my shorts. Burning here in the desert. They blocked the fucking traffic. And it was out in the middle of goddamn nowhere. People... There's nothing out there. No gas. No water. The ground is 130 fucking degrees. If you shoot the temperature on the pavement, it might even be hotter than that. People who are having medical emergencies, they had these goddamn stupid ass fucking liberal hippies blocking the road, and they're all chained to garbage. So, you know, to move them, the fucking rangers came in. First of all, they fucked up because they were on a goddamn reservation. So them and the it's Nevada's version of like the Texas Rangers. I forgot who they're called. They came out there and they just smashed all that shit and dragged all those motherfuckers off the road, arrested every last one of them. They were screaming and screaming. It was awesome. I got it all on video. They fucked them up. Everybody was cheering. They had that road cleared in 30 seconds. It was a fucking thing of beauty. And that's how you handle that shit. I wanted to serve, but after car wreck, fuck my lower back. Yeah, dude, I mean, I don't judge people. I mean, we all have our paths that we took, you know what I mean? It's all good. But I feel for you, though. That sucks. Where da Fugazi Hudo Fogwai? I think he's having a stroke. Cosmic Blackie tells me to shut up. I would say, make me. Frank, absolutely, it's not every religion, but Islam is preferred. Yes, yeah, smart gamer, I agree with you. I agree with your right to practice what you want, but religion is very close to mental illness. You know, I mean, yeah, I'm not a big fan of religion. I am a Christian. I study the Bible. I believe Jesus, the Trinity, died for our sins, all that. Not a fan of religion. Hate going to church. Can't stand most Christians. Can't stand Catholics. I think most of them are hypocrites. Don't even like all. You know what I mean? Like it's religion. That's my opinion, based on my personal experience, having grown up and having been inflicted with Catholicism. I was an altar boy. I lived right next to the church. I'd go every Sunday. It fucking sucked. I went to Catholic grade school. Man, talk about awful. We had nuns. No, nuns with fucking rulers. They'd slap you with shit. That shit's real. Like, that fucking exists. I got fucking paddled by a nun. Oh, man. Sister Camille. We had this, it was pretty funny. I got in trouble. They had this big, badass, leather-bound Bible. And Angel Cabrera, my buddy, I remember it was funny. He comes up and he says, how old is this Bible? And I said, probably not as old as Sister Camille is. And this is third grade. She's standing right behind me. And then somebody spilled water on the, like a little cup of water, a little bit of water. And she almost slipped in it. She told the principal that we were trying to kill her by making her slip on water. And then, do you remember whoopee cushions? We got her with that. We smuggled a whoopee cushion into school. That was Saturday school for a couple of weeks. That was one of my proudest moments. I was raised Catholic. That taught me some wild shit. Yeah, I don't believe in. I'm not a big fan of Catholicism. Can you lift some weights for us? Yeah, give me a second here, Nasty. I just hit that. I'm gonna do one more set. I think that's about 405, 70, 470, 475. I think is on there right now. Profit fear. Oh, but that's immoral. What do you think you will achieve, my just commenting stuff? What do you think you will achieve, my just commenting stuff? I don't know. I respect spirituality way more than any of those, Frank. Dude, I respect everybody's beliefs. You know, I mean, if you tell me you're a Scientologist, I'm like, interesting. Like, well, okay. You don't have to respect beliefs, but you can acknowledge them. Like, people that are, my nephew is trans. Love him to death. Always will. Doesn't matter. I acknowledge that he believes that he is a woman in a man's body, but I don't respect that belief because I believe that's something he'll outgrow. Does that make sense? But I care enough about him, and like, you know, I believe he believes. But no, I don't have to respect your beliefs. Because if you told me you were a Scientologist, I'd be like, all right. Like, how's that working for you? You know. I was talking to the hater in the chat. It was a typo. I wasn't talking to you, Gabe. Oh, you're good, Gabe. We don't take this shit seriously. You can lift me in your arms any day, strong boy. Nasty. Thank you. Give me your number, your niece, nephew, smart gamer. Oh, he's your age. He's super smart, man. He would be a good engineer. Actually, you guys would probably have some pretty good conversations. My sister Colleen, the one that's a communist, kind of fucked that all up. She told him that I was anti-trans because I was trying to convince him to hold off on he was 13 years old. They wanted to put him on testosterone. I couldn't believe it. And I was like, I told him he's going to fuck his endocrine system up. And I was just like, hold off on any procedures until your body's matured. But she said that I was trying to, I'm like, you know, I'm just looking out for you. Like, I'm like, look, I believe you should have the right to experience whatever it is. You want to wear women's clothes. Like, hey, who hasn't when no one's looking, right? But before you do something that's going to permanently alter you and you can't ever go back to the way you were, don't you think you should be really goddamn sure about it first? But, you know, I don't know. It's this instant gratification, this inability to delay gratification or have any kind of foresight for the future is lost upon the younger generations. And it's, and I was never that good at delaying gratification. I'll be honest with you. It was not my strong suit. Hell no. But it's like, now we can't even have conversations about it. What is he, biological male? He's a biological male. Joe. And that, well, his name's her name is Silver. And I love it. Like, dude, he's awesome. Like, I'll never, like, my daughter said, you know what my daughter said to me when we were driving? She said, Dad, if Aiden was gay or if I was a lesbian, would you still love us? I'm like, all right, who the fuck are you talking to, first of all? But I said, no, I mean, absolutely. Like, I said, you might do things I might not agree with. And I will tell you I don't agree with them. But that does not mean I'm going to stop supporting you and I don't love you. It means I don't agree with you. You're going to get my love is me being honest with you and not blowing you. So to fucking like the equivalent would be I'm an alcoholic. If I was treated the same way as a trans person or somebody else, you would need to fucking respect my drinking and let me live the way I want to live because that's, you know what I mean? Like, oh, don't tell him to quit, even though it's gonna kill him, and he's already murdered 3 people driving home, and you're like, no, we need to. That's you got to respect. That's just natural. That's it's fucking retarded. The conversation's retarded. You can't get a tattoo, but you can chop your wiener off. Okay. Let's see. Talking about tattoos. Yeah, we can be. So what? Let's see. WDYM testosterone. Isn't it estrogen? Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, but whatever. That's what I'm saying. They were wanting to put them on like something that inhibits. No, it was a concoction of stuff. If at 13, I don't know. I know testosterone was in the conversation, but I don't remember what it's used for. It'd be the opposite of bodybuilding. uh, I knew what you meant. Blockers. Yeah, so that's smart gamer. That's what's called being pedantic. Well, actually, you meant estrogen. You know what I'm fucking talking about. No, but it is good. Like if I say something that's inaccurate, though, it is good to call it out. No wiener, no shoes, no service. But I can't tell you how many times I was no shoes, no shirt, no service. I was like, I just drop trow, walk in there with swinging in the wind with flip flops and a t-shirt on. Like I so badly want to do it one of these days. Test blockers. Yeah, it was like a concoction of shit they wanted to put them on, and I was really surprised. I kind of thought that that was an overblown myth that was propagated by social media. They're not doing surgery on kids that young. That's bullshit. And then talking to Joe, he's literally he was recommended by his therapist, and I was like, what the fuck? Like that's not what a therapist is supposed to do. Um, it just really broke my heart. It really broke my heart. It, I didn't even care about any of that. What really pissed me off is that my sister made him afraid to talk to me. Like this is my nephew. I was like, my homie. He honestly believes that if I don't agree with him, I'm judging him. And it's like you can't humble yourself enough to consider an alternative perspective, and you have such a fucking fragile ego that you need everyone to completely agree with you in order to fucking coexist with them. What kind of a boring ass lame world would that be? Think about that for a second. How would you learn about anything? Estrogen. Let's see. If you can't legally drink beer until 21, yeah. And again, bring it around full circle, Putty Cat. Like I'm not anti anything. You be, dude. I fully endorse you doing whatever you want. Just leave me the fuck out of it. I don't need to take your cause up, right? Alrighty. Oh. Alright, we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna go in. What time is it? Holy shit, it's 1:45. I did not do any deadlifts. We're gonna do it though. The shoulders are tight. Oh shit. Phew. Yeah, I did that without sleeves on. You know what? I like these boots. These work pretty good. Oh, I'm not. Sorry, Gamer's talking about. You know what I always say? If you can't tell the difference, what's the difference? All I know is I like as little amount of wiener in my women as possible. Dad gave me his army boots. That's cool. Oh, these are cool. These are called rat boots. I don't know if the Corps is still using these. Probably not. But they've got a EGA right there. Let me see if I can find a flashlight. I can't find it. I'm going to try to show you. It's got burned in the leather. It's the same symbol that's on my hat, but it's stamped in the leather. It's all the same in the foxhole. Fuck yeah, man. They say in the Marine Corps, it's only gay if your dick's touched. All right. Deadlift bar. I haven't used this bitch in a while. These are the people in the neighborhood. So, since I had bicep surgery, I'm no longer going to be using a supinated grip, where you overhand. I'm going to work on double overhand. So I might have to use hook grip if it gets too heavy. And that's something I'm going to have to build up as calluses on my thumbs. Whew. Smart gamer, I'm reading your comment, and this is what I can tell you. People are fucking hypocrites. And that's the number one reason why you shouldn't judge anybody. Because if everyone right now could see your entire internet search history and all the weird shit you've looked at, I'm not saying you specifically, but yeah, like if you've looked at midget porn before, does that mean you're into midgets, or you just wanted to check it? You know, I'm just saying, like, don't judge. Two girls, one cup. I'm like, ugh. Nah, I can't get that back. Yeah, Pokemon. Look, even if you're just curious. Yeah, my computer. Frank, I like you, brother. We got a good group tonight. I'm really enjoying this shit. It's 135 pounds. I picked this up with one hand. You know, it's like, what am I worried about? But this is where it happened. I had 640 on there? So normally I would grab under, supinated, over. And what that does, for anyone who doesn't know, is the bar can't roll out of your hands because you have opposite forces. So you can either do a double overhand, but then your grip is your limiting factor. At a certain point, it's going to be hard to hold on to. Or you can do what's commonly used called the hook grip. And that, you're going to put your thumb along the bar here, and you're going to wrap these two fingers around it, and it literally turns your hand into a latch, like a figure-8 strap. And if you use your grip with this, you can hold an alarming amount of weight that way. But at first, it really sucks. It takes about 2 weeks to start building the calluses up on your thumb so it doesn't hurt, which is what I need to do if I'm going to compete in February. I got to get my tender bitch mittens a little tougher. Not fun. New phone. I'm going to call you new phone. That was terrible. I came back from Miami and my little brother said, have you seen Two Girls, One Cup? Yeah. Oh man, it's just one of those things. It's like live leaks, you know, watching like a cartel decapitation. You wish you'd never seen, and it's burned in your brain forever. That's one of them. What best friends, close enemies closer. Hell yeah. New phone. Garde d'Ivoire is my favorite. Ooh. Yeah, I watch some stuff online. I'm a Marine. I've seen, I've seen burned flesh. You know, you get that burned flesh smell from white phosphorus or an artillery strike, I've seen guys get their heads split open, loss of limbs, some gruesome stuff. But there's something about watching I don't know how to describe it. So it was Middle Eastern, holding this kid up to a grave, and he slits his neck and snaps his head back and then pushes him into the hole, and it was just like watching him gurgle. It was like he was fighting to survive, and that video changed me as a man, as a person. I could no longer if it kind of made it. I guess you could say maybe I don't know if I don't want to say racist because religion's not a race, but it made me very anti-Islamic. Like it changed my perspective. It made me see them as savage animals that needed to be eradicated from the face of the earth. And I got to thinking, I'm like, well, you know, that's an extreme position. Like maybe I need to reflect on that and make sure that that's like. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Everything I keep learning about that religion pushes me farther down that path. I see no value to human life in that book. Am I wrong though? I mean, tell me I'm wrong. I'm definitely open to debate about it. I mean, the fact that they encourage marrying cousins. I mean, they're literally inbreeding themselves into the dumbest motherfucking people on the planet, and that's like objectively true. You can look at IQs by nation. Go look it up. Go on Google. Look it up. Type IQ by nation and rank, and you tell me they're generationally breeding themselves dumber. You can't marry. Christians don't marry their cousins. And you can say, wow, there's that one family over there that, well, yeah, okay, I'm sure it happens, but it's not the fucking norm and it's not encouraged. It is discouraged. We don't encourage inbreeding. If you just that part, just that one thing alone is a deal breaker for me. You're not generating value to the human gene pool. Like, what good has that religion brought? Any has it brought prosperity to any place it's ever been to, or has it had to? Does it infect and destroy like a virus? What prosperous nation has like what has come of that's lasting? That you could say, well, there's a monument, a testament to the greatness of humankind. Nothing, not a fucking thing. They destroyed one of the most enriched and intellectual, intelligent, the Persian Empire, like the birthplace of modern mathematics. That shit's gone. Go fuck some goats. Like, all right. Like oh Lord of mercy. I mean, I mean, 178 martyrs. If I'm wrong, like, I want someone to tell me I'm wrong, and then like cite why they think that. And I'm not saying I am right. I'm saying that's just the way I feel. Like I'm not seeing evidence to the contrary. Does that make sense? People are like, what about Palestine? I feel for the people in Palestine. I really do. I think they're being fucked over by their own leadership. However, they wouldn't piss on me if I was on fire. And all these people that are like clamoring for them, especially like in the they thrown off the roof for existing community. Like, are you retarded? Like, these people hate you. And why am I supposed to care about something that was a mess before I was born, has been a mess my entire life, and will continue to be a mess after I die, long after? I got way more things to worry about than what the fuck's going on over there. As far as like shitty business deals in the Middle East, that's been going on since the dawn of time. No, I'm talking about, go back farther than that, smart gamer. Go back to like the end of the Persian Empire. Muhammad, basically, when he started that line of history moving forward, everything culturally relevant has been eradicated and erased, and the entire population was dumbed down built into the religion. I don't see. I mean, unless I'm wrong, like, where did trigonometry came from? The Persians, right? Look at Africa, for example. Every time they try to gain resources, something to consider there. Trebla TOI. I was contemplating Africa, and I was like, why does a continent that's so vastly huge amounts of resources, mineral wealth, mines, diamonds, gold, everything, oil. Why are they? Why do they live like this? Why are they so? There's a tribal thing. I mean, going all the way back. The tribes used to kill each other when they took each other's territory. There's that part of it, but that can't be the answer. That can't be it. Why can't they be prosperous? And there's one thing that fucks Africa over that I never considered: the river systems. If you look at the most prosperous places on Earth, one of the things they have is the ability to move what they produce easily and quickly. The United States is one of the most blessed land masses on the fucking face of the earth. Our natural river system is like a highway that spreads across the entire country, and we can move tons of everything. Everything is free, built in. Like China's got, like Egypt's got the Nile there. Like you look at like all the historical going all the way back to like Jesus. Areas of commerce and wealth. They had the one thing they had was the ability to transport stuff. The problem Russia's running into is they don't have any natural ports that aren't frozen the fuck over. They got was it Polyarny Inlet, where Murmansk, where they got the subs, and everything up there is up there by Siberia. That's all. It's hard. They've got the biggest fleet of icebreakers, and they run those motherfuckers because they need pathways to the open ocean, and that's why they were trying to build that channel from the Black Sea down to the Mediterranean, and that's why they were aligned with Syria, good partners to have, because that was that highway going through there, and it makes sense why they really, really need Ukraine. I understand why they invaded Ukraine; it was inevitable. They need it, and it's what's killing them. China, in order to get oil from Russia, they have to go all the way through the Philippines and that strait of, what's the strait name there that goes through, was it Myanmar? No, I can't remember. But anyway, there's a big bottleneck where adversarial countries can cut off your supplies. They essentially, a lot of what America does is they patrol free trade routes and they allow commerce to happen. But there's one of China's weaknesses is their river system. That's what we did. I'm trying to think here because they got the Belt and Road Initiative, and they were trying to expand. They got that. It's a theory I've been cooking up, and feel free to call me a moron that doesn't know what he's talking about, but I think I'm onto something, because there's one thing, Africa does not have access. So they got the Congo River. If you look at it right before it hits the ocean, it goes through this enormous rapids area where it is physically impossible to get boats through. And they have no access from the deep middle of the continent that's easily accessible to the ocean. Majority of the African countries are poor because of their own people. Yeah, it's part of it though. But think about it. Larger nations stop most resource dense from forming nations. You have to. Well, yeah, but so if we were going to do what we did. That's the thing, though. It's nobody's taking advantage of Africa. To get the larger nations stop most resource dense from forming nations, you have to remember that a lot of the warriors come from frozen lands, and they couldn't farm or raided the southern farms. Yeah, agreed. But it's I'm even going farther to why haven't Western powers really ever taken over Africa? It's never been. No one's ever held on to it. You got the Afrikaners, the South Africa is right there on the ocean, but the middle of the country is so dense with resources. It's how come no one's ever really taken advantage of that? And it's made me wonder. And it was that was one thing that was brought up, is that they have no natural access to shipping, and it was something I was thinking about. Egypt had the Nile, and I'm sure there's maybe that's just a small part of it, but that is definitely one of the strengths of America, is our natural waterways are incredible. And we have like, I think we have the best natural system in the world, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think any other country has as much access to oceanic trade from every part of the country as America has. Just built into it. You got the Missouri, you got the Mississippi, and then the Colorado, and all this tied together. And it's like there's no part of the country that can't get access to the ocean. Anyway, that's a fucking theory I've been working on. I could be wrong. Well, I am just a moron in his garage, right? uh, have you ever been to Africa, bro? You truly say they anything until yeah, I've been to Africa a couple times. Have you? So, I would like you to tell me where I'm wrong, though. So you see, I sound like an English person trying to tell an American how to live here. Trebla TOI, tell me where I'm wrong, though. Tell me where I'm incorrect. Yes, geography is like a gold mine for economics, for shipping, ports, and fishing. U.S. is the best. Water access is nowhere. What? That doesn't even make sense. It's the most defendable, most logically solid nation. Yeah, Jones Act. You are very wrong. Who are you talking to? Stephen McGinnis. Don't you fucks drown out my comment. Go read my comment. I did. I don't. It doesn't make sense to me though. Water access is nowhere as important as leadership. Make that make sense to me. You said a million words at once. I can't keep up. Yes. So okay, you're another fucking asshole who just talks shit and can't even back it up with a basic anything. You said too much stuff. Fuck off, dude. You're wrong. Okay, how am I wrong? Oh, I don't know. You said too many words. Oh man, you really just laid out a landmine for me, baby. You really mic dropped me on that. I said too much stuff. That's your argument? God damn it, you guys are consistently disappointing. I try to talk about things, and I want discourse, I want debate, but you fuckers can't debate me. Telling me I'm wrong is not a debate. Counter a point. Bring an opposing viewpoint up. Otherwise, you just sound like a fucking noisemaker. I can't take you seriously. You are now wasting my time. I'm not even saying I'm right. It's a theory that I've been working on. And it has a lot of merit, I think it does, because I've actually studied geopolitics. And you don't have to go to Africa to know the Congo doesn't have access to the fucking Atlantic Ocean, dipshit. You could go on fucking National Geographic and just look it up, retard. Oh, God. Stupid people. They're everywhere. Let's just go right up. Mr. Crawley. Bam, bam. If you've never been to Africa, then you can't comment on things that are easily researchable and factual. It's like saying, if I've never been to Canada, I can't say it's cold. What do you know? What do you know about polar bears? You've never been to Alaska? That is a sophomoric argument. Damn, I have hope for people, and then they go ahead and do that to me. How does these plates weight? Those are 45 pounds each. The orange ones are 45. The green ones are 35. The yellow ones are 25. Let's see if I can hook grip 405. It's not lifting the weight. I gotta work on my grip. I'm gonna lose the boots. I mean, the deadlift. Someone like, you shouldn't lift without shoes on. You're gonna hurt your feet. Where the fuck do you put your feet that you're gonna drop weights on them? And what do you think shoes are gonna do for you? 500 pounds on the bar. You think your Nikes are gonna help? If I was deadlifting, I wouldn't even know how I would drop it on my foot. What would you have to be doing in order to do that? Get off. I do love these though. They got that Gore-Tex in them. These are completely waterproof. Well, pretty waterproof. She lives in a hospital, and I would do anything to keep that girl alive, yeah. I'm gonna drop it on my foot. How? That's interesting. Ooh, that hurts. Ooh, that hurts the thumbs. Yeah, that's gonna take a little bit to get used to. So that's what I gotta do is I gotta strengthen the callus up so I don't have to be supinated. Get rid of those pants. Fuck no. These things are comfortable. They're stretchy. Oh, thank you. A current look 15. So I guess I could, like, if I wanted to do supinated, I could switch the grip and then blow this bicep out. But I'm gonna cultivate hook grip, and right now it's ooh, it hurts. Yeah, the bar just digs in, man. But I'll just work on it. What part of the world you working from? I'm in Vegas, and I should be a fucking sleep, but I'm training to compete in February, so I got to get blood today, so I wouldn't be able to train. So I figured if I don't get it in, I'm not going to be able to do it, so I don't want to miss training at all. When I was getting ready to compete in March, I was deadlifting 700 pounds. So can I get back to that with a brand new grip that I've never used before? Because I could bust the figure 8 straps out right now, which is what I probably train with just to get the strength up. And as a matter of fact, just to get a set in, I'm gonna set the failure. But I gotta find it first. Shit. This ain't good. Oh, there's one. Hmm. Oh, if you guys get a chance, there's a channel online. It's Clarksville Barbell Club. He gave me these straps to try out. He's more of an Olympic lifter. These things are awesome, and for the money he wants for them, you will not find a better deal. And I'm not endorsed by him or anything. He's just a small channel like mine, and it really is a quality product. Uh-oh. I don't know where my other strap is. This was my arm brace after I got surgery. I had to wear this bad boy. Good times. See, that's strapped up there. I guess I don't need it anymore, but I hate to get rid of it. What would I keep it for? Like, what's it good for? If somebody breaks their arm, I guess I could use it as a splint. Oh man, I'm missing one of my straps. No bueno. Well, I'm not going to spend all night looking for it. Boxing gear. There's so much fucking shit. Oh well, I might be screwed. I don't know where they are. They're probably around here somewhere. Obviously. That sucks. That blows. What to do, what to do. Because you tax the revenue while allowing maximum productivity. 36 levers. Few gender led me to make it part of my serious credit on my own. Why do the majority of countries have Corporate tax rates at 20 to 25%. Honestly, I don't know. Oh, but they have 30 to 60% labor taxes. I don't. Who has 30 to 60% for labor? I know the United States doesn't. Now, businesses I know there's a lot of tax incentives for businesses because of what they provide as far as jobs and economy. But I mean, that's a very simple. Um, EU taxes everyone. Yeah, the reason why I would never want to live in the EU is because they tax everybody so much. I mean, think about it. Oh God, it pisses me off. Like I think income tax is the dumbest fucking shit on earth. Well, I owe you money because I went to work. That's fucking retarded. I'm vehemently against it. My solution is to do a flat tax, since everybody pays 10% across the board. And you can see, for the people at the bottom that don't, where 10% is too much of their income, we'll set a minimum, or anything over $80,000 is flat 10% across the board or something like that. Damn it! I want to do a set to failure. My thumbs, I can't handle it, and I can't find my fucking figure eight. But I did find. Hey, honey, what you doing tonight? It sucks. Yeah, I'll find it later. I guess what I could do. Oh, you know what? I'll finish up with doing some rows. We'll do dead rows. You guys know what a dead row is? Exactly what it sounds like. 405 is probably too heavy though. So, if any of you guys have any deadlifters out there? If you're a deadlifter and you have a sticky point, say at your knees, and you kind of do that little hitchy thing you've seen them all do, they're like, woo, this exercise will fix that. It is exactly what it sounds like. You're going to deadlift it up to your knees and then row it to your belly button. Ideally, you want to try to hold it at the top a little bit, but 225. I'm reading all the comments. Tell you the details. Are you smart game? Are you in? Are you taking any AP classes right now? Oh, okay. All right. These I don't need to rest that long on. lift. I'll start going heavier with these. But this is my first official pull day. I've done deadlifts, but I use a trap bar. So this is the first time we're using a regular bar. Keep that girl alive, yeah. Love AP for math. I hated math. Super important though. Frank, I 100% agree with you. I read it out loud, but I'm out of breath. Like, you're like, you're out of breath already? I'm like, yeah, what's your point? Distrust in the government. It brings everybody together. Love him or hate him. Ronnie Reagan had some good one-liners. They say, the worst thing here, what was the quote? I'm from the government, and we're here to help. The worst thing you could hear. Social. Anything with social probably is a bad system. So, what is a social democracy? Like, what is, and really, realistically, like, if you take the veneer of fluff off of it, what is an actual social? What's the mechanism of tyranny? They tax GDP at 50% tax on death, and they give it back in the form of health care, acting like they did something. Yeah, right? Oh, my Canadian friends are always complaining about American health care and how they, oh, I got it free. I'm like, well, why do you motherfuckers keep coming down here then for our health care? Oh, well, because our hospitals don't provide that service. What? But everything else is better. Oh, like the veteran that they didn't have a walker for her, so they gave her as an option a pamphlet on assisted suicide. You had a good run, lady. I'm just saying, life sucks if it's getting too hard for you. Or, hear me out here. You can just fucking fix my problem. I mean, I served your country, for fuck's sake. I firmly believe the Americans would benefit by turning our lovely, awesome neighbors to the north into at least the 51st state. They would love it. We would love it. Moose season's open for business, baby. Violates Adam Smith's principles of taxation and anti-collectivism. That's one of my favorite words is I know it's hyphenated, collectivism. We just did it, by the way, Jim. You're so right. I want to have an in-depth talk with you about this stuff, but it's one, I can't fucking read anymore, so I'm like trying to keep up with the chat. I'm like, God damn it. Individual, yeah, collectivism. Who? I wanted to slap this guy. He said that, well, Jesus was a socialist. Are you fucking high on crack? So, Smart Gamer, if you get a chance, one of the things I would really like you to do is read, what is it, Das Kapital? Read it. You know, especially in light of everything that you've learned on your own, because it's hard not to think this guy's retarded, especially if you understand the context of how he was living and how he was affecting his own family, um, and the people he worked with. You get some context to his background, and then I also think every single freedom-loving individual should also read The Gulag Archipelago by Alexander Solzhenitsyn, and it's a brutal read. It is a hard book to get through, let me tell you. But it's one of those books that'll change you as a person. Like we were talking about live leaks or Two Girls, One Cup. Watching stuff like that just like changes you as a person. You never see the world the same again. Well, reading that book, if you can get through it, it makes Anne Frank's diary read like yeah, I don't know. Would be good. Would it be a good comparison to The Sorcerer's Apprentice or something? What did Chet say? He said hard policy, so I'm not reading dumb marks. No, but it's good for context. So I read it because I also read uh, Mein Kampf, and I have the Italiana Encyclopedia Italiana because I wanted to. People are like, "You're a fascist," and I'm like, "Oh, well, what is a fascist by definition?" Well, let's see what Benito Mussolini says about it. According to the man who coined the phrase, and things like that. It's much easier to do mic drops on retards when you can actually cite things like where did the words you use come from. It's called etymology. But fascist is anything I disagree with. I mean, but two things can be true at the same time. You could disagree with me, and I could still genuinely be. And I think a lot of the people, especially like you look at the organizations like Antifa, who are organized fascistically, like fashionably, like fascists. But I think a lot of those people that espouse those viewpoints, if they were living under that system, guided by the right cult of personality and benefiting from it, I think they would actually like it. Just change the name and call it something else. They could be fascists and not even be aware of it, which, incidentally, actually they're more communist. Well, the other thing that used to bug me is people would be like, "Oh, National Socialism's a right-wing policy. It's far-right extremism." National Socialism is a far-right extremist policy? What? It's socialist. It's in the fucking title. I get that. I mean, that's tongue-in-cheek. I mean, we understand where, the merger of state and corporate and all that, and the extreme nationalism and whatever, but how do they get right-wing out of that? How is that a conservative value? I mean, let's burn all the Jews, just like Grandpa used to do. I don't recall that part, but, I like the marks developed off watching a lathe worker. We should stop using right and left. Classical liberalism with people like Adam are historically left, yet socialism is also. Yeah, so, agreed. So, right and left is just, it's in popular parlance. It's easy. People understand what you're saying. But from an objective standpoint, it's authoritarianism versus, what would you even call it? Because it's individualism, but with responsibility. Like, so that's the other problem. It's like one thing like they used to teach, and it's something that a lot of people have a problem with, is like freedom has to have responsibility, because individualism taken too far is kids cutting their dicks off. So everything has an extreme. Extreme individualism is solipsism, would be an example. There has to be a measure of uh, voluntary enforcement. Like the rule of law has to be, and what we have, if you think about it, is agreed upon. Everybody agrees upon our social contract. It's just been perverted because we as a society have surrendered our personal responsibility to the state. They're like, and you handle it. I don't want to think. I just want to do my stuff. So we don't participate anymore. Like, I'm not saying us specifically, but people in general. Nobody goes to the town hall meetings. Nobody goes to their school board meetings. Nobody, votes in local elections. Yeah, I voted for Trump. Oh yeah, who did you vote for the county commissioner? I don't even know what that means. It's like, where, how are we to be by the people if the people don't participate? The voting for president, which is 1/3 of a fucking government that has checks and balances and is essentially designed to be stagnant, and for a reason. You don't want anybody to just come in there and run shot over everything. But there's no way a central government could care about you. How could the Department of Education know possibly what Smart Gamer is going through and what he needs for his classroom? That's local government should be in charge of that. From local, state, the top. It should be bottom up, not top down. So it's like, how do we get individualism? What I don't know. I mean, I guess that's really what we have in design, just not in practice. My kids go to charter schools. There's no perfect system. I do like them a lot better than the regular public schools. I said that before. States and people need to protect their rights and constitution. What would we call it, though? What would you call, like, if you had to give a name to the antithesis to collectivism? Charlie's Angels. I vote for you as a mayor in a heartbeat. People like Charlie White are the backbone of the country. Construction, former Marine, involved in his community, honorable man. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I've also done a lot of retarded stuff too, but I try to be accountable. Smart Gamer, I said, so like you were talking about. Oh man, I lost the point. Principles theory ahead of his time. Yeah. Lane's worker, we stop using right and left classical liberalism with people like Adam Smith are classically left, yes, but socialism is also left. So left is being confused with progressive. So classic liberalism is not a progressive ideology, but both would be considered left wing. Progressives, oh man, that's another rabbit hole you can go down. Progressives have hijacked liberal as a title. Yo, mama's so bow-legged she tried to jump a ditch and landed in her back pocket. God damn it, it was so close to me. Yeah, I had hopes for that one. Sure, in this country, they prioritize the top over the bottom. Well, yeah. Working. Here's your job, Frank. This is how you can be of value to your country. We're tax cattle. They expect us to go to work and pay our taxes. That's how we add value to the system. Aside from that, they don't give a fuck. All right, it is 2:41. I had a really good time. I don't think I got all the training done I wanted. I gotta get blood, so I'm gonna have to take the rest of the afternoon off. I could still get online though and just shoot the shit. Your mama's so cross-eyed when she cried, tears roll down her back. Your mama's so ugly. They'd put a pork chopper on her next to the fucking dog would play with her. The concrete sidewalk cracking motherfucker. uh, also, property taxes violate. Feck Trump. I don't think he watches the stream. Jen tried messaging me on Insta. Yeah, dude, I don't get on Instagram enough. I really should because I tell people to message me a lot on there. I'll be honest with you. I get to a point where I need to get a different device. So my work phone should be separate from my personal phone. I get so many fucking calls on this thing. I wind up just silencing it, throwing it in the corner of the room, and ignoring it for the rest of the night. And then I miss messages. So I got to do something different than what I'm doing. Um, well, thank you, Ronnie. All right, guys. I don't really want to go to bed, but I probably should because I got to get up at 6. That's 3 hours. So part of this is I'm really excited about this new job. Like I'm burning nervous energy. Um, I don't think I could sleep if I wanted to. Dude, this is everything I hoped and prayed for. I can't even. I don't want to brag. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but I've been doing this shit for years, and this is the first time. I broke to that next. I shouldn't say how much money I make, but I'm making twice the amount I was making before. Literally 2 times the amount I was making when I worked for Southwest Steel. And it's terrifying because I keep going over the job description in the interview. We talk about everything, and I'm like, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. But what's the catch? And I don't want to fuck it up. It's like, this is life-changing money. I just want to get started. I want to get started tomorrow. I got to go get blood. I got to go pee in a cup. I don't know, man. You fall down, you get back up stronger. I try to. I try to. Thank you, Frank. No, I'm glad you did, but that's what we're doing, talking. Frank, I hope you stick around. I really do. I enjoy the conversation. Um, yeah, I should do more lifting, but there's a balance in there somewhere. uh, yeah, hey, Frank, you're right. I'm just gonna do my best. And if I even said like sink or swim, if I do what I think I'm supposed to do, and it turns out not to be good enough, I can live with that. Um, but it's a lot of responsibility. So with the salary comes it's that next level of management that I've been trying to get into, and I'm just knocking on the door for the last 5-6 years. Now I'm there. I'm like, oh shit, they got expectations. Are you ready for this, homie? I'm like, here we go. Should I wear a polo shirt? When I look in the mirror, like, I'm 51. I still feel like a dumbass 20-year-old. I don't think I asked you about nuclear, but you're doing solar, so. Um, nuclear safety. Dude, those guys, I know 2 people that work in nuclear safety, and they both make over $300,000 a year. So, yeah, I would love to do radiation. Ionizing radiation is the word you're looking for. What do? I am a safety manager, but at kind of like the regional level. But now I'm going to be running a facility, so I'm going from construction, which is 1926 OSHA, to 1910 general industry. It's a manufacturing facility, and they manufacture electronic components for solar panels, like the computer and actuator components that, like, the automation, it turns the panels to face the sun, that kind of thing. Like apparently they make all of the brain boxes and all the like the programmable logic controllers and the DCS uh, interfaces. That's really yeah, that'd be fucking awesome. Uh, and so I've just been safety manager. I've been I worked construction and general industry for 20 years, and I started out as an operator, just like general operator, cleaning up the plant with a shovel and a broom, and worked my way up into the engineering department, and then after I started getting, the knees start hurting after a while, and I'm like, man, you can either become a superintendent or safety manager or maybe a project manager, that kind of thing. And I got into safety, and it's been very rewarding. It's interesting. It's an interesting field because it's like being a cop, like in a way. And it controls electrical. So yeah, feel you. Yeah. See, yeah. Okay. And I have some experience with it. I went to like where did I? Well, I took a what was the name of that track? It was called Engineering Technology. It was offered by a college in Southern Nevada, which is satellite for UNLV. They don't have it was a bachelor of science degree, and it was an introduction to like SCADA networks and DCS and PLCs, and then we have them all over the plant when I worked for Olin, the chlor-alkali plant, and it was if then next to whatever uh, logic controllers, you could program them. And I learned how to do that to some degree. I wasn't like an engineer or an instrument tech. Those guys really knew what they were doing. But like I was smart enough where I could do troubleshooting, that kind of thing. I remember a socialist from Sweden back in the past when it was socialist stopping. Socialism admitted socialism is evil. Yes. The book she sold got 102% tax. She wound up owing money for it. That's great. All right, guys. I'm gonna try to get a couple hours sleep. I had a really good time. I think I will try to get online. I won't be able to work out, but I could still chop it up a little bit, or maybe we could do a little. I don't know, something. We'll figure it out. I love you guys. I had a good time. I will see you on the battlefield. Wish me luck today.